All right.
The joke
Welcome.
right before.
Yeah, right. Welcome to episode 26 of Dire Roll.
Yeah.
We are past the first quarter mark, or first quarter mark.
Yep.
To 100, so that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, big
I'm
shout
gonna
out
take
to our
this
associative
first.
partners over at the Adventures Guild of Amarillo.
Get ready.
What happened?
She picked up that. She says, "Let's put this right next to me just in case."
Our wonderful dice jam.
Just
Yeah.
gotta hold this real quick and. But make sure to give our associate partners over at the Adventurers Guild a call if you can't make it into town. If you find yourself in the Amarillo, Texas area, make sure to go check out their physical store. And again, they're more than willing to do work over mail, so give them a call, see what they got for you, and I'll be more than happy to guarantee they'll be there to help you. So, any announcements or any shout-outs?
Anime Texas this weekend in the Woodlands Resort in Woodlands, Texas, right near Houston. I'll be there this weekend with Lore Master Entertainment. Hope to see you guys there. And hey, let them know that the Dire Roll sent you, and to come fight Rot in glorious combat in the fighting pit.
All right. Anyone else got
And Evangeline too.
Yeah, and eventually
And Evangeline too. There you go. Any other shout-outs or anything anyone wants to mention?
No, just follow socials.
all the socials.
All
All the
socials.
socials.
What are those socials?
They are
socials.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I was like, hold on. I don't know if I said Instagram.
Oh,
I did
you
say
said-
YouTube.
you
I
did
did
say
say
YouTube.
yeah.
Okay.
YouTube was first.
Just all the socials.
All socials.
We're basically on everything. The only thing that we don't have yet is a Discord or a Reddit.
Snapchat.
We're only kidding.
I
I mean, please
We're not
I don't think we're there
OnlyFans is a spin-off called Roll for Seduction.
No, that's just our username.
But all right, with everything out of the way, let's hit that intro.
Oh fuck.
It's okay, you're back. Sorry.
All right.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Take out short
Are we?
Yeah, teach me.
No.
That's
My tiny
not
honey.
how your magic systems don't work for each other.
No, they're not
Tor doesn't
compatible.
have to write things down.
They're not compatible. I'm sorry.
It's not compatible. You got Android.
It's not you. It's me.
You got Apple and Android. One looks pretty but really fragile. The other one doesn't look like so much but pretty durable.
I guess he's definitely not an artificer because there's definitely no chemistry there.
Oh.
That would be Nokia.
Every armor artificer. Yeah, that's rude.
Okay, is that no? How did you manage to insult an entire group of people but be exactly right at the same time?
Why are you bullying me? I'm right. Anyways.
So, last we left off, our party
Don't
was
choose violence.
waking
this
up
time.
and getting ready to hit the road. You good?
She spilled a soda at Park earlier.
Yeah.
It chose violence.
It did. Like it exploded like all over.
I was gonna say, I was wondering what the little horse noise was. It sounded like a Winnie there for a second. I was like, Molly?
Who's
If you
horse
ever
is
need a
that?
voice actor for Molly. I'm sorry,
Anyways.
David. I'm turning around.
You're good. We were able to get quite a bit of, essentially, especially for the upgrades, some pretty cheap costing upgrades from the local temple for the Forged Clerics, as they were firstly gracious for the party helping to save quite a few people, which included some of their very own clerics and paladins and other clergymen and women. Let me see here. Sorry, my tablet's deciding to freeze up on me.
Hooray, technology.
Technology. It's great when it works.
Mhm.
Not so much other times.
There we go. It's taking forever to start up. Anyways,
Hope I'm regretting not spending more money and getting a +2
Technology.
instead of a +1.
I can't afford it.
I mean,
I
it's,
could afford
it's still a magical weapon.
Yeah, it's still a magical weapon.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but as thanks, they greatly discounted everything, and then even discounted it a little bit more for those who took part in it, but also discounted it for those who were at least friends of the party. So for Royalton Evangeline, you still didn't have to pay full price for
Yeah.
some of these upgrades, which would have cost you closer to 1,000 gold rather
Yeah. I was
than a
gonna
few
say.
hundred. And some got some fancy new some tools to use in combat.
Nice.
But our party, as they're gathering everything, now have their freshly fueled just yesterday, monomobile ready to head out as everyone starts packing up.
Yep.
You do notice that Silas has reverted to the first form that you met him in. That
Hello,
being one of a
everyone.
more masculine form.
I'm still not
We
going to be
met
using this.
him. We met him in the feminine form at first,
Yes, I
right?
remember. Well, no, when
Okay.
we first met him, he was masculine. When we met him yesterday, he was feminine. Now he's masculine again.
Morning, Silas.
Good morning.
Morning. I was just confused on what order we met him in.
You originally met him in a masculine form.
Because I know it was the same day that we were taking bets on Molly versus the wagon.
No,
Or
it was
the
the-
bus.
It was, yeah.
I know. So you can shave these.
Clean shaven.
Okay.
Either way.
They're an elf. They're a naturally body hairless race.
Oh, fair enough.
They can grow facial hair, but it's one of those that they kind of choose whether or not they want to.
Gotcha. I figure they kind of
They
like got
can
like a
choose-
two-man
they
shoe
can-
kind of thing going on.
They can choose to grow body or facial hair. The only thing that they don't necessarily have control over is the hair on top of their head.
Fair enough.
So can an elf be bald on the top of their head but have hair
Yes.
everywhere else?
Yeah. They would just have to shave the top of their head. They can't just will it to fall off.
Them elf monks.
Fair enough.
Aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic.
We gotta add more speed.
Linus is just touching his hair. Like,
Please don't shave.
no, I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, thank God.
I was about to say, it's fine. You can be short and have hair. Look at Krillin from Dragon Ball.
Yep.
There's
No.
no planets.
But no, just no. I think I'll no.
Oh, those Ocean Slugs, please keep them, yes.
All right, so we're gonna check in on our gear before we head out.
Yes.
Yes.
We're also going to need snacks.
Yeah,
It's a road trip. We need snacks.
Always.
Snakes.
Just press the digitation every time.
That's not how it works.
So we go and pick up our gear, I guess. Yep.
So, they actually had brought most of your gear over since you're staying in the temple.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought they brought it
nice.
to our rooms.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
To the barracks. This one doesn't have like individual rooms.
Yeah.
It's a
Like the other one did.
militaristic style temple, but focusing on forward instead of war.
That actually does bring up a good question. Linus, you know the roads better than I do. Is there going to be places that we can stop and actually have proper roofs over our head as we travel, or do we need to go and get like some camping wear?
No, I mean we should be good. I mean
Yeah.
okay, just like we were in Drake, we stopped in at Long on the way. It's there it wasn't technically on the big map, but there's small towns along the way.
I mean, if
Excellent.
nothing else, I can always do tiny huts.
Oh, keep forgetting you have that one to full
Yes.
spell.
So I mean, yeah, there's places. So
All right then.
We're incompatible, Silas. Drop it.
Can't airdrop to an android. Stop it.
That's not how it
okay,
works.
you said that in character, right? No, you said did you say that in character?
The anime glasses.
No, because if you did say that in character, you actually said it. I was going to take an insight check to see if there was something like going on between them.
I barely met him.
I mean, that's-
For some reason, I remember
I know I barely met. I know he's like you've barely met him, but I've known Victor in a minute, so.
Alright, fine. No, roll insight.
Roll insight? Okay, cool.
Because you were saying it in character,
I
so.
did.
I didn't even say
Alright,
anything in character. I just went.
Well, you said you were going to draw your short sword, and the Victorian said it in the accent, so
That
I
was
did.
before the session. All I did was go.
too late.
I did.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
Roll
It's
for it.
over now.
Ridiculous.
I just want to see where this will go.
Yeah. 12.
12?
Yeah.
You feel like there's a bit of flirtatiousness in the meeting, but at the same time, it's kind of like a professional colleague, kind of.
Okay. That and also it's Victorian.
Yeah.
So yeah.
High enough to know that it's not a sexual thing,
Right,
but you might
right.
think it's a little flirtatious.
Right.
Kind of like a bad rom-com.
I don't know why this surprises you.
So friends.
Friends. Yeah. Series Friends.
Yeah. No. All right. Let's get all loaded up because I don't want to waste time. I want to cover as much distance as we can.
Yeah.
We're wasting daylight.
When you ask your crush to describe you as a TV show and she shows you Friends.
Oh!
Nice.
Well, I'll be packing my bags now. But yeah. So was there anything else that y'all wanted to take and do while we were here? I think we're good.
Nope.
I'm fine.
We did it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We did it all yesterday.
Alright,
Let's get it.
let's go.
Yeah, well, the
Let's
getting's
go get
good.
this bread.
Let's get this bread.
Yeah. I'm going on to the cars.
Yep, we're following.
Follow
yeah.
it. I'm going with it.
Shotgun.
Yeah, go for it.
Rosa Parks.
Oh yeah.
If shotgun exists in this world, I'm pretty sure we can say Rosa Parks exists in this world as well.
Shotguns are at least guns. Rosa Parks is a great movement woman. I don't want to
We're not
insult her
touching
by
guns.
throwing her into this world.
It'd be an honorific.
We're not going. Why are you doing this?
We have shotguns.
Shotgun.
I call pistol.
I have a knife.
Hold on. Roll me an insight check. Thorn.
I had a feeling. Weapons.
I saw the look on your face.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
It's
Where's my insight?
It's right
I
there.
can't
It's
see.
up here. Right here. There
Here
you
it
go. You
is.
have a +4.
That's a fucking. What is that? That's a 19 actually.
23.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
What's up with you? Yeah, I have minuses in places and some decent pluses.
And they just ran like.
And then just rolling in between anywhere on a 17 to a natural 20 on your dice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Dice?
So like,
Don't ever let me touch your dice.
You can essentially assume that they're talking about something related to the car
not
that you
actually.
may not know what the actual part is.
Okay.
So you think they're talking about the car itself, but you don't know what that is.
What are y'all talking about?
Seating.
Seating.
Yeah.
What does a weapon have to do with
Don't question it.
I'll tell you about it later. Thor.
it?
Don't
Okay.
question it.
Just remind me when we stop for the night. Alright.
I mean, we
You
can
are gonna be
explain
the
it on
one-
way.
You're going to be the one that explains all of the.
Weapons.
No.
I mean,
No.
The car terms.
Well,
that
he is
and also just like the different little. The interesting vocabulary that we have.
Yeah,
What?
that's fair.
Oh, it's a little turn of phrases that he has from his city life. Yes.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
At least we don't have to explain the word fuck to anybody.
it's too fucking I need some coffee.
Too early.
It's too early.
And I don't think
Alright,
anybody's
John
gonna
and
know
Zoe had
that.
already gotten in the backseat.
Alright, kids, get in the back.
While y'all were having this conversation, they're just like, yeah, just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got their stuff loaded in the trunk
It's like bitch style seating, right?
bench. Yeah.
Yeah. So they just go and they just lay up.
Did he just say bitch?
No, bench.
I thought you said bitch
They're a little
too.
congested, so it,
Yeah.
the
So it's
INCH had a bit of a T.
Just has been born.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Riding bitch.
We don't have a manocycle. Nobody can ride a bitch.
Nope.
Not yet, at least.
It's
It's a wheel bag, so you don't go forward.
Yeah, I
you just
know.
roll it backwards.
If you pick it up from there, then it won't.
Yeah.
But
There we go.
It goes anyways.
Alright.
Ladies Doodle!
Four wheel
I
drive.
run them over.
it's a Mustang, early model.
Oh.
It fucking takes Linus's mini off. No, my boy! Mother help!
That's my boy. Oh no, my boy. So after a bit, you kind of have to play a little bit of Jenga here, as you're not necessarily used to putting your equipment in. Most of you putting your stuff into a car. Some of it's a little bit too bulky or just a little too long, like some of your weapons and such. So you may have to hold them in your lap in the car, or just kind of set them in the floorboard and lean them up against you. Essentially, anyone that has a two-handed required weapon will have to carry it with them inside the vehicle.
Thunk.
Just
I will say,
hanging out the window.
This model that you have actually has a retractable roof.
Oh, okay. Dope.
It's a manual. You have it's not motorized. You have to manually.
I mean,
do
but
it.
still, it's
But yeah, so that way
It's a
if you
convertible.
the earliest form of
fancy.
convertible, i.e. the let's just throw a tarp over the top of it and fold it in the trunk.
I mean, hey, it's
It's
nice.
it is
Oh,
leather
the,
though. It is
The
pure leather.
Archduke Ferdinand special. Gotcha.
Oh.
Oh,
You need to
Anyway.
stop.
I could have said the JFK special.
Oh,
You need to stop.
We go! We go! We go!
We go.
It is a pure leather top over the car. However, this one is a bit unique. It is a little more grayish in tone, as this factory, with its proximity to the mountainous area, which leads into a forest, has access to a lot of elephants, and so it's elephant leather for the roofing on it.
Ooh,
Damn. Alright.
fancy.
Yeah.
It's double pleated leather, so it's basically two-ply leather.
Nice.
So it's meant for durability and color, essentially.
Right. Alright, everybody in?
We're in.
Woo.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so you head out. You know how to get back on the freeway.
Oh.
I mean, I'm assuming I think, yeah.
Wait,
What
so
roads do you take?
It was,
Someone took a note somewhere.
He did.
Please
I
tell me
did.
the road I
We,
hope.
we
Well,
get
at least took it to the
well, we can always ask before we leave.
we get on the ramp. And that's all I know is we get on the ramp to 31.
Can we buy a map?
yeah, no, because we're specifically looking to go to take and go to Iverson. So,
Wait, are we?
Yeah, this time.
Yep.
Okay.
The town to the west. of
Yep,
it.
that's the
Alright,
next
well,
town.
So that's
So-
next big city.
so, you know, I would be stopping, you know, and getting directions.
Before we leave.
We gotta drive past that guard gate anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
No, because the last time that we took
I was gonna give a golden inspiration if someone could recite it back to me.
No.
I remember how to get to the whatever, but I don't remember how to get to Iveston. Because I remember it was
Well,
you
back
get
onto
was-
the freeway to head back west.
Doors
But
are
weren't
already
we
back
in
into
Get on the freeway. You can go.
Oh no! Wait, we just go back to we go past Joker Lane and then we head back to the freeway because you have to go back to the freeway to loop back into the Hephaestus Temple.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's it. I don't have the notes on me by
You're
the way.
good. No, you're good. Had someone
Sorry.
said it to me before I said about the golden inspiration.
No, that's fair.
I was given an opportunity. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
No,
We
I
missed
thought-
out. We missed out. That's all it is.
But yeah, no.
All right.
Just,
Okay.
we
It
head
was very complicated and too much.
we head
It's
over
all
that
right.
way.
I'm
Go
just
from there.
bad with directions.
So yeah,
Same. I'm Asian.
once you go past Joker Lane, it'll then take you back up to the freeway. It'll give you the west, essentially the west or east on ramps.
Yeah.
And then you head west from there.
Gotcha.
So y'all are still in the city itself, as this is the main freeway, but you're
at least
essentially
she's
kind of
going west.
going from about halfway through town out. So it'd be about 45 minutes to about an hour before you're out of the city
Okay.
and on the main
The Yeti cut home.
main
Uh-huh.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Why?
road, essentially.
Why are you doing this?
Y'all doing anything on your car trip out of the city?
I spy.
It's gonna be-
I was gonna say.
That's why with my little eyes
It's
on
going to be about an hour before you get fully out of
Do
the
they
city.
have like signs
Okay, take it out.
and like advertising like billboards and stuff?
Are we there yet?
Yeah, they have some
Yeah.
advertisements.
Are there yet?
Oh, there's an A. Okay, there's B. There's B. There's C. There's C.
I don't get it.
What?
Just I don't get it. What is-
I'm assuming the
Sounds
two
like
big boys are
it's-
sitting next to each other.
John or Molly kind of peeks up towards Thor and he goes, "It's a game for whenever you're traveling. You try to find something that starts with the letter on the next piece of the alphabet, and then you go from there."
Oh. Okay. I get it.
You get that.
I love Thor so much.
So, as you're about 20 minutes now on the road trip, you've gotten to about W now, between license plates and different billboards, and sometimes business signs that you can see peeking up over the freeway.
Yep.
Still no
At
X.
this point, could everyone give me a perception check?
what?
We'll get it with advantage, Linus, as you're driving. And I assume you're paying attention to the road.
Yes.
Oh, you
Holy shit.
bastard!
That's a nat 20.
All right.
Ah, we need a dire roll.
All right. Hold on.
Damn!
Same roll.
So
Let's go.
All right.
That's a 22.
Roll.
I'm also gonna need a die roll.
Oh!
16 dire roll.
Die roll. Evangeline.
22.
Did you? Doran.
So
Double the mod.
that's a 36.
Nice. Linus.
16.
16. All right. So we'll start with roll, and then we'll do one for.
So it makes sense that we're rolling Thor because we're talking about the alphabet game.
Die roll. Die roll. Die roll.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a minus 15 to your wisdom.
To a wisdom? Okay, that's a 0 then.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Oop. Are we
Did
still
you
good?
break
I
things?
didn't touch anything. It just flew.
Okay.
He,
All right.
he was still.
All right.
Die
Die
roll. Die roll.
That's a 2.
Yeah, you're both really engrossed in that alphabet.
I can just imagine
Wait, which alphabet are we using?
you guys are on.
I don't know. I thought we were using yours.
Well, if we're going with the Minotaur alphabet, I don't see any Minotaur letters around here.
Oh, that's fair.
Let's see, John got a 19.
You guys are on. X.
Molly got a nat 1, so she's in the middle of the game with y'all.
You guys
Poor
are on
Molly.
X.
Poor Molly, she's enjoying the game.
She
There's
is.
nothing wrong about that.
Those three are having a blast in the backseat,
I
okay?
was almost standing up in the back of this car. I was like, "Yes, right there."
Haven't had this
You
much
guys
fun in
are
the
on
backseat. Never mind.
X.
So, Victorian, you were the first one to catch it. However, Silas, Evangeline, and Linus, you all are able to see it as well. You catch it about a second or two before the others do. But speeding up behind you looks to be another monomobile that has one person standing up facing out of the window with a gun shooting back, while another one is driving, and it looks like there are about 3 or 4 police cars right behind them.
Oh, like we got a
I
chase.
take and I pull off to the side of the
Oh.
Safe.
None of us even knew this happened.
So, you notice it as soon as the cars go zooming past, because you'll notice Linus getting over at this point. Just as you're getting over because of the speed they're going at, they zoom past you, and you can see that they're firing back. As you watch as some of the cops are trying to keep from being shot, you see one of the tires go out from one of the shots. As the car then turns violently, and rolls, taking out one of the other police cars.
Holy
As the one that's remaining is still trying to catch up, but is not gaining any distance on them.
Did any? Okay, like even though I got a 0, did I obviously hear the crash?
Yeah, you saw that.
We all
yeah.
saw it. Yeah.
Once-
We're
once
good. We're
Linus
good to stop and
pulled
help them, right?
Yeah.
They are
Alright.
now zoomed down the road.
All right, good. So
You can still hear the gunfire.
if we're pulled on the side of the road at this point.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Road's hopping out and he's double checking traffic, and I'm trying to run over to those police officers.
Okay, they're roughly about 200 feet back.
Okay, yeah, I'm running that way.
I'll head that way too because
drive over
I
there.
may need to
I'll,
heal.
I'll take and I'll throw in my the emergencies and like back up in the emergency lane.
Sounds good.
Yeah, they 2 cops that were in the car that got the tire shot out look to either be unconscious or dead. You can't tell at the moment. This is just cursory glancing.
Okay.
The other 2 are starting to get out of their car.
Okay.
Since these are complete steel frames, it's one of those
Yeah.
things that they just kind of got tossed off to the side.
Okay.
But they are slowly getting out
Okay.
as they are clearly dazed, but besides bleeding in some places, alive.
Okay. So since I can tell that they're obviously moving on their own, I'm more concerned about the 2 that are possibly dead or incapacitated.
I'm right
I
behind
was
you.
about to say, you would have gotten to it at this
I
point.
went there
Okay,
too, just in
I'm-
case I need to pick up.
Is like is it am I able to like reach in the windshield and pull them out, or am I gonna have to like try and see if I can rip the door off its hinges?
So the way that the car landed is it's kind of stuck on them. So I'm just going to use y'all's car as an example.
I was gonna say, go ahead. Yeah.
So, so this is the cop car that is still kind of fine. This is the one that got thrown onto the other one.
Oh, fantastic.
So they are essentially pinned.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna go and I'm running up to this side of the door, and I'm gonna see if I can try and get it open.
Okay. While you're there, Evangeline and Thorn would have caught up to you by this point. So if y'all want to put your minis over here.
Where is this right here? Hold on.
Hey, can you violently?
There we go. Okay. So as you go to pull open the door, you're gonna ask for any assistance, or
Yeah.
just try to pull it off on your own.
I'll try to help him anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
I can
So,
also. I have a decent.
if you want to
strength.
roll with advantage, roll you can.
Okay.
Or
Strength.
if you want to roll individually, you can as well.
Okay. This is just a strength check then, I
It
guess.
is indeed.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Yes.
So total of 30.
Booyah.
30, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you can tell that the frame is pinched,
Mhm.
so the door's kind of stuck in its place. But between you and Thorn, it's just ripped off as if you're putting a hot knife through butter. Super easy.
Okay. And I'm gonna reach in and or I'm gonna go. Evangeline, you're up.
They are dangling there in their seatbelts.
Okay. Are they even alive?
Can I do a medicine check or?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's a +9.
Fuck yeah.
That's an 11.
11.
Oh.
It's not a die roll.
Yes.
Not a die roll. It's
Spyro might have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I was gonna
say.
You can't tell what condition they're in truly.
Are
but
they
you can
alive?
at least tell that they are alive. Their breathing is, from what you can tell, shallow, but you don't know what condition they're in or how bad their condition is.
Evangeline, are they alive?
They are alive.
All right. I think it's a little too big for me to squeeze in there. Can you get their seatbelts undone so we can get them out?
I will carefully try to do that. Hold on. Would that be a? What would that be?
So, I mean, you're just squeezing into a spot. If the
Mhm.
door wasn't taken off, you would have to try and just squeeze
my
through.
way in.
But since the door's tore out, you could go in without much of an issue.
Okay. So Yes.
As you enter into the monomobile, give me a perception check. As you're looking around.
I'm gonna go around and help to do that of the other car. That
Oh, they already got out. They
Yeah,
still
yeah.
go.
yeah.
The door on this
Don't be an
side is
asshole.
pinched, but the other door wasn't, so they could
Okay.
get out that way.
perception, you said?
Yes.
That is a 15.
A 15? Okay. So as you are looking around trying to get them out, you can see to your left the dashboard, and you can see the place where the monocrystal is supposed to go in, and you can see that there's a crack, specifically on the crystal.
That's not good.
What did you choose to do?
You tell
I'm
me
gonna
this.
hurry. I'm gonna hurry and get them out. yell at Rote and Thorn to just like catch them as I like get them out.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and give me. Seatbelt's holding them.
Are you telling us about the monocrystals?
Give
or
me
no?
an
Yeah.
athletics check
Oh shit. Okay.
as you're trying to keep them from just hitting the roof when you get them out of their seatbelt.
Can we argue that since I'm in there, like trying to help her, that I can help her with this, or no?
There's
Or is-
not enough room for both of you to reach in there.
Gotcha.
Like that.
Okay.
That is 8.
8.
10. Yeah, I got an 8, but +2 for 10. So
Okay.
athletics.
So 10. You can at least keep their head from hitting the ceiling, but the rest of their body, when you pull them out of their seatbelt, thuds onto the roof, essentially the roof of the car.
I got it. It's my turn.
You can hear the air kind of leave them faster when their body hits. The other one
I'm
is
sorry.
still in the seatbelt.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna grab the first one and I'm gonna start dragging him back this way, and I'm gonna go and call out, Thorn, you're up. And then
Alright.
as I'm dragging him, since I've already got a hold of him, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use lay on hands and put 5 HP into him.
Okay. While you're still in the car, give me another step check. As you were working your way to the other guy.
Why? Don't be mean to me.
You can do it.
24.
Nice.
So not only can you see that the cracked mana crystal is getting more cracked, you can actually spot the cracks growing, and what looks to be the magic force inside them starting to rapidly expand.
That's not good. We don't have much time! I'm going to go ahead and try to get the other guy's seatbelt undone and then try to drag him to where Thorn is.
Just grab him and.
Okay,
Is she gonna tell me
so-
about the crystal? Or
Yeah,
you gonna
I've
tell me-
already mentioned the crystals.
Yeah, she's already said the crystal, hence the reason I'm dragging him way over
Grab
here.
him and hold tight. I'll grab you.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll give me an athletics check, trying to save him from hitting the ceiling again.
Okay.
And you're going to give me an
Gotcha.
athletics check to just straight pull both of them
Yeah.
out of the car. So go ahead and eventually roll first.
Good at that. Holy shit, I'm good at that.
That's an 11.
An 11, you hear the same result, the pop,
Dang it.
and you just
Come on.
Why?
Come on. You can do it. I believe. Let's go.
Fuck you. Is that a 1 or a 7? What is it?
7.
Alright.
plus 9.
Yeah.
So 16? Yeah, that'll be enough with your strength to.
I'm sorry,
And I'm
man.
gonna pull them both out
Cool.
and drag them towards. Are those guys away from the car by any chance?
They've been slowly moving away from the
Okay.
rat.
Are they?
Okay.
So yeah, well, it would be a thing of you're pulling
The other two
Evangeline
are
and Evangeline's holding the
Yeah.
top.
Yes.
So yeah, by that point you pull him out,
And
Uh,
while I have him, I'm gonna do.
and then
Sure,
since you're holding them,
Yeah.
what's your strength mod? Or not mod, but what's your total? Strength
Total is 20.
Okay, then I won't have you do it with disadvantage. But go ahead and roll me a strength check. This is just straight strength because you're
So
gonna
plus
have to.
Plus
Essentially,
5.
what's happening here is normally it'd be dex,
Yeah.
but since you are having to essentially power lift multiple people and get out of there,
Yeah.
you can see the crystal start to flash white
And
as in slow motion it cracks and crumbles as the raw force of magic starts to implode and then expand. So what you're doing right now is getting them to where you're going to have to cover them.
okay, gotcha.
You will take damage from this,
Oh,
but you will protect Evangeline and the officer if you succeed. So give me a strength check.
Come on, boy.
that's a 13 plus 5.
So an 18? Yep. So essentially what happens is as you pull them out, you can see this happening in
Yeah.
slow motion
Yeah,
for
so-
Thorns. As you throw them back and you cover them, you can feel just this force of magic wipe through the vehicle. You even get brushed by the air force on this.
Mm-hmm.
As the other cops who are still kind of hobbling away get pushed, they don't get hit with the direct impact of it, but pushed from the air force. As you will take 2d12 force damage, Thorn.
I'll be fine.
Hey, you protected the cleric though, so
I know,
good
that's all
job.
that matters is safe people.
So we can heal that shit.
Almost.
So
max.
basically, like,
rolled 9 on one and 12 on another. That'll be, 21 force damage
So there's
as you feel essentially just this force from the crystal expand and slam into your back.
Not even.
Your strength just barely allowing you to hold it up from essentially making your body crush into Evangeline and the police officer.
That's a third of my damage.
And then, because it was inside the vehicle, 2d6 for shrapnel. So you take 6 more piercing damage as parts of the vehicle slam, essentially cut into those small gaps between your scaly hide.
Thorn! Evangeline! And I'm kind of freaked out about this now that seeing them get knocked over, so...
Y'all would have seen this, by the way, cause
Yeah.
they would have moved this car from essentially, well, y'all, with how close you were, they would have to be over here. So, protecting here. The explosion literally sets the car back on what's left of the bottom frame across the road.
Jeez.
Holy shit!
And that car is completely just destroyed on the front.
Yeah, no, I put it, I throw it in park and I rush over.
Okay?
Are you alright?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
It just no one's close enough to hit it, but you say him like just something in draconic.
She was gonna cast wounds on him, wasn't she?
Actually, do I know Draconic? I do not know Draconic. Okay.
So you just hear Thorn in a very like pseudo angry / not tone in Draconic say something.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
Keep going.
okay.
Try to see if the cop speaks
Yeah,
Draconic.
the cop knows Draconic.
I'm
So
gonna
you hear the cop go, yeah.
So I'm gonna do. How many damage did you take? You need a higher level
You took like over 20.
I took
Yeah.
because
30.
I can use fourth
kind of stands up
You
for
went
Level-
27.
Yeah,
27 total damage.
Yeah, it took 27.
I can do. Actually, I can do like a max level cure wounds with Gift of the Metallic Dragon.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Math.
I'm gonna do use Gift of the Metallic Dragon to do a 4th level cure wounds.
Alright.
It's 48
You said it maximizes it?
plus 5.
It's just a feat use, so she gets to use it for basically.
No, I'm
free.
asking you, like, what does the feat do?
The feat basically gives a free slot for that day for healing.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I heard what you heard, that it just automatically did the max. That's what I heard too.
No,
No.
that's her
I
circle
was
of mortality.
thinking-
You got 4 right.
Thor just kind of stands up and
8.
just walks around a little bit.
Circle of mortality.
16. 17. You get 22.
Okay. So in total, you just took essentially 5 damage. So it heals a lot of the force damage, so the internal damage is done.
This
But
fucker-
you can still see a few pieces of shrapnel kind of stuck
I
in
can't
your
even
back.
reach him.
You can see him struggling to try and reach the shrapnel on his back that didn't pop out from the healing. You just gonna pull it out?
I don't know if I should.
Do you want me to give you
That-
the
at
in
that point, am I
character
there?
or the not in character?
Not in character! Don't do it!
At this
Do you
point,
do you want me to
if
tell you
wanted
why
give
or
it,
why
then
you
could.
should?
Yeah.
Because it'll
That-
just keep
That's
pushing.
that's fine. I'm right
That's
there, and
right,
I'm gonna go. Oh, here.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna do like a 1st level cure wounds on
Oh,
the
don't
officer.
worry about it. So I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna give him 5 for my healing hands.
Thanks.
Oh, your goose was almost cooked, my friend. I'm glad you're still alive.
Thanks. As he
Okay.
takes off the police mask, because
Yeah,
whenever
we're
they're
good.
in chases, it's basically like full armor.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've seen how Rolt's acted before, roll me a charisma check to keep your face as you see him reveal
Okay.
what he is.
Oh no.
No.
Another nat one.
Okay,
Dire
that's the second
Dire
roll.
Dire
roll. 12.
so minus 7 from your charisma.
That's a 9 then.
A 9? Yeah, just because of how I've seen react whenever he's kind of foot and mouth before, whenever he's taking off his mask, the first thing you notice is he's an Aarakocra. However,
Very
he
cool.
is a goose Aarakocra.
Oh, our goose is almost cooked. Huh?
He agrees kind of with you. So yep. You okay there?
I think I'm suffering from hoof and mouth disease, but that's just something else.
Okay.
Alright, so let's
You
get you.
can hear an audible as he like shoves his arm back into place.
Alright, come on. Let's get you over to your comrades a little bit safety away from all the flames.
Okay.
Thorn,
What?
good job saving.
Thank you.
Evangeline,
Try my best.
good job. Close enough.
From the Monmobile over there, Miller, helping the other officer away, you can hear over the radio the report stating that the culprits had gotten away, and they were last seen exiting west of town.
Alright. Shit.
Well, besides armed and dangerous, is there anything that you can tell us about why you were chasing those guys?
Yeah, they just got done robbing a bank.
Oh, bastards.
Tiny terrorists.
We were trying to bring them in. There's been a lot of theft lately. From we call them outlaws, but a lot of the mountain folk have been coming down to try and get some ill-gotten gains, from what we can tell.
I don't suppose they've got any sort of a reward on their head, do they?
Yeah. If you find the ones who did the bank robbing, it's normally about 100 gold bounty for the two, and then 50 for one.
Hey, Linus, do we have time for a pit stop?
Oh.
Or do we need to get going?
Y'all don't have to do our job if you don't want to. If you have places to be, it's our responsibility to
Oh,
keep the city safe.
my friends, we are adventurous. This is kind of the thing that is our job as well.
Okay, then I guess count it as a quest if you bring them back, preferably alive. But they have used lethal force on law enforcement, so it's up to you as long as we can confirm that it's them.
Understood. Well, if we happen to catch them, we will definitely send them or what's left of them back this way.
All right.
Alright.
And at this point, you see fire and ambulance automobiles pulling up to
Okay.
essentially help with everything else.
Do we need to stay here in order to give a statement, or are we okay if we need to get back on the road?
If you could stay for a statement, that'd be great. And then we'll let you be on your way.
Alright.
And so quickly he just gathers everyone's information and what they've seen. After that, he thanks you for the assistance and says if y'all ever need anything, feel free to stop by the police station. Gives you his badge number. It's not that important to write a note about. Just say the badge number from the guy in town.
Got it.
And they can probably help you out with it or something.
Cool.
So
Alright.
Well,
Well-
we're headed that way anyway.
That was a nice distraction.
Yeah, I guess
Do
it
we
was.
know if they are working as a group, like a larger group, or was it just the two that we saw?
they don't know if it's connected with anything else. They just know that there's a lot of not so savory folk coming from the mountain towns, causing all types of issues either in the major city or in some of the surrounding towns.
All right, let's go see what we can see. So we'll.
They're calling the folk from up there mountain billies in relation to the goats that are native to the area.
But all right, let's keep going. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Make sure we can,
Yeah.
So yeah, just taking a mental note of what we saw with the car speeding off.
But, you didn't take too much time to actually look at it, so
Yeah.
you vaguely remember some stuff on it, but you can at least tell that it was the color orange.
It was an orange car. Got it.
Where it goes faster.
No, red's faster.
Red's faster.
Yeah, I said red goes faster.
Orange is the part of red.
Our car's red.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, we're faster.
Alright, so yeah. Alright, everybody load up.
All right.
Dora and I were just going there like, what's happening?
Just like, oh, that looks bad.
So,
John just kind of sitting there going, they got it. And then Molly's just kind of looking back, watching everything as it was happening.
Just like, whoa!
just no one else gets blown the fuck up.
I mean, she's been in war. She was waiting to see if she was
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
She knows that at this point too many cooks in the kitchen can do more harm than good.
Yep.
Thor was already going through his head like, oh, this is gonna hurt.
That would actually be probably Thorne's first time ever seeing one explode.
Would it really?
Yeah,
Oh, sure.
considering you don't normally stick to the road
Oh,
very
yeah.
much.
Because you just go straight to places. don't take that.
You would have heard that they can't explode, but you would have never seen a monomobile itself explode.
I mean, technically.
I mean, technically, you didn't see it.
Yeah. You guys didn't get it.
Yeah,
Felt it though.
you saw what led up to it and felt what happened.
Bare chested going.
Straight to the back.
Bare
Well, at
chested,
least
you
I
mean
got
dragon
decent
chested.
perception
Hell yeah.
checks, you know?
But,
That's it. No.
No, it's not worth that. Don't worry.
but it's not too long after that y'all are able to quickly get back on the road. You know, quote unquote, luckily you're on this side of the wreckage, not on the other side, having to wait for it to get cleared.
Yeah.
So it's pretty quick for y'all to pull back into the main lane and keep going. Not too long after, you do notice the third cruiser that had passed y'all is also off to the side of the road, but you can see one of the tires is blown out, but it looks like they had a bit more control at the time. So looks like minimal damage. Probably the ones who called it in saying they got away. But past that, you can see some other cops pulling up to them and checking on them and seeing what's going on there.
Those guys are definitely good shots if they're shooting moving targets like that out of a moving vehicle.
I mean, you can also see bullets like on the
Peppered.
windshield and
It's like a
Yeah,
Tommy
the
gun.
front of the car. Just not that rapid fire.
Yeah.
Pipe guns. Almost.
Alright. Yeah, just keep it on driving, keep an eye out for any sort of indicators.
Alright. So, takes about another 35-40 minutes, but y'all are able to essentially get to the outer wall limits as you start to go onto the major road, where you no longer start to see major offshoots, and if you do, they look more like well-worn paths off into the natural environment rather than paved roads or worked roads in general. As y'all are driving on, are y'all going to try and head, because the mountains are a bit southwest as you get out of town, but if you go straight west, you can see the mountains in the distance and maybe some of the lights from it if it's dark out, but it's too far from it to go to the mountain.
Yeah, we're just going straight west.
Okay.
Yeah.
No side quest this time? I'm alright with that. If
We'll
we
hit
see
him up on the way back.
On the way back. Oh, don't worry, we'll come back later.
A year later, just
Oh,
hey,
nice.
who's the one who robbed the bank a year ago?
Huh? You
Oh,
see a
shit,
knife
that
level
happened.
spell slot right here.
Power word kill, motherfucker.
I will fireball right here, right now, 9th level.
Don't fucking
I'll survive.
test
Thor
You
will
won't.
be fine.
You won't plane shift. Ha.
Disintegrate.
I was about to say the ultimate fireball, plane shift to the realm of fire.
Oh.
Suck it!
Into the fiery sea. So that was on the solid land.
How you like
the
that?
fire and the flames you carry on.
Ain't carrying much after that.
Nah.
Alright, so y'all are just gonna head due west.
Yep.
Not unless like as we're driving, I'm looking, I just happen to see a big old spot of orange that says, "I'm right here." Okay.
By the time that y'all would have left, even the dust would have settled by the time they pulled off the major road.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, we're driving.
Yep.
So,
Just like us this weekend, Ashley.
Uh,
Yeah, she's not looking forward to that drive.
so
it won't be long.
I'm gonna do it for every 50 or so miles. You do see side towns to stop in if you want to. Some ranging from literally a way station and maybe a trade store to a little bit nicer area where they have like a few restaurants. You can see housing not too far off and everything like that. So anywhere ranging from there. So while we go into this, we are going to do travel work where we will leave it up to each individual player, and I'll start it clockwise, so we'll start with Rope this time.
Okay.
For every 50 miles, tell me what you either see, what happens, what conditions may occur, if anything you need to stop for. So within the first 50 miles, the town walls are pretty well out of sight at this point. You're coming across a town. It's kind of a nice grass plains area. Nothing too exciting. You can see the mountains off in the distance. So what interesting thing happens in the first 50 miles?
Well, since I've got 2 new companions that are traveling with me now, and one of them just helped me save one of my favorite clerics, I actually want to know more about Thorn. So I'd like to trade some stories with Thorn, and me and him are talking about different battles and strength of feet because I can tell he's pretty muscle bound as well. It's
huge.
Yes, it's very much Armstrong. Yes, Armstrong and Teacher's husband definitely meeting each other going. Yes, because I'm used to having like dex builds around me, but not a strength build around me. So we're definitely some stories talking about, oh dude, this fucking dragon, it was made of metal and it was trying to crush me.
So, yeah, this one time I got called and this kraken just showed up out of nowhere on the way to Dracul.
I know about krakens. Fuck those things.
Those things are annoying.
You wanted to go back and fight it!
Yes, I still do.
I cut off.
All right.
I cut off.
So for the 50 miles, the interesting thing to happen is just y'all having your conversation.
Yes.
All right. Just remember, it can be external. It doesn't just have to be what's happening in the car.
Okay.
We're distracted.
I'm a
To play an I Spy.
Too distracted to see what's actually happening outside of the vehicle.
Yeah.
All right. So with the next 50 miles,
I go to sleep.
well, what happens while you're asleep?
We pass some towns. I hope that Linus did not crash the car, and I keep hearing them talking about random shit.
So nothing really exciting then.
I do what I do in any road trip.
So let's see. We got Molly and
Alright.
John in the very back seat. Me and Thorn in the next seat, and then who's in the middle seat, or is it
It's
straight in
gonna
the front
probably be Evangeline and Silas then.
seat? Okay. And then y'all 2 up in the front. Okay.
I was gonna say, well, it'd be probably Molly in the back with y'all,
Okay.
John in the middle seat with Victorin and Silas.
Well, no, Victorian's shotgun.
Oh, so there would be Evangeline, John, and Silas,
Okay.
and then Victorin and Linus in the front.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So 3 rows. Gotcha.
No, we're given the family car.
Gotcha. I don't know if I had 3 or I had 4 rows.
3 rows.
Gotcha.
So enough to fit y'all.
Yes. We got the van. We didn't get the Suburban. Extended limited edition off-wheel capability for your suburban needs.
So now we're about 100 miles in. For the 150 mark, Thorn, you've already had your nice conversation with Rope. What interesting thing either happens in the vehicle or outside of the vehicle? Y'all are out in the middle of essentially nowhere at this point. There's no towns in sight.
World's biggest ball of yarn.
No.
Evangeline says yes.
Yes. What can I even see? Like, there's nothing.
What happens? Do you happen to see a mythical creature, or does something seem to happen to the car? Do you have to
The
stop?
world's
and replace or
largest
repair
ball
a
of
wheel?
yarn.
Oh, it's almost
It can be good or it could be bad.
Anything
What
you
happens?
want. You could be a dragon.
It could be that Kraken.
No.
Darius?
What about going past a river?
Hey, look, there's a ball of yarn in the way.
Oh, no.
World's largest ball of yarn.
Alright, hold on. So Thorn, what happens?
What?
It can be mundane or extreme. What happens?
I don't know. I'm not good at these. I don't know what tricks. I see just this little shack, and it has a barbecue thing outside, like just this huge grill outside. And I'm like, hey, yo, we should stop there. Fuck it.
Alright, so around the 150 mark, you can see Thorn get extremely excited
Hey, yo, look.
as there looks to be a barbecue oasis out here in the middle of nowhere. With a
They
pretty
exist,
sizable grill attached to this like shack-like building.
This is happening in real life. I'm making heaven.
I mean, I've traveled enough in Texas, I've seen that actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, Ashley,
Like-
just
like-
south of
like-
Sweetwater, that one intersection.
Do you choose
Beef
to pull
jerky.
over?
About what time of day is it? About noon?
It'd be about like noon, 1 o'clock
We'll
almost.
pull over for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. As y'all pull over, it is one of the best barbecue that you've ever had. It's
Must have been
kind of
Cruise
strange.
barbecue.
Do what?
Must have been Cruise barbecue.
It's
Or blacks.
it's interesting as Mondstadt isn't necessarily
Mondstadt?
naturally known. Not Mondstadt. Jesus. I am. Wow. Mechanus. I've been playing too much Genshin.
He has.
Are we in Mondstadt now?
Yes. You've plane shifted.
Yay!
Sitting there eating
Anyways.
a rib.
Mechanus.
It's otherworldly.
Mechanus isn't well known for its barbecue. It's mostly countries like Patet that tend to be known more for barbecue than anything else.
Let's go!
But this is really good for Mechanus barbecue. It's kind of like whenever a Texan goes to New York and finds that one actually good barbecue restaurant.
Some southerner must have moved up here.
It's like little Texas in Japan.
Yep.
They were so nice!
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're
it's
gonna tell
actually
that story later.
it's actually pretty refreshing barbecue. If you took any damage, you are healed 10 hit points.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, so if I'm eating a cow, I'm not cannibal, right?
Are you sure that's a cow?
No.
Did you ask?
No.
You want to ask?
No.
It's a small area. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the chef hears you. It's pork.
Even better.
Besides, you're half human. Doesn't
Fair
matter.
enough.
How's the potato salad?
Both the potato salad and if anyone gets the coleslaw is really good.
Do they have corn though?
They do.
Let's go
On the cob.
On the cob.
It is very juicy.
Remember, this is an oasis.
There is an inside joke I'm sure I'd tell you.
Yeah.
It's corn.
A big lump of nuts. It has the juice.
I've seen
Anyways,
it and I hate
what?
it.
It's a TikTok.
Okay.
We'll show you at break.
Send me to it later, yeah.
So, but yeah, after about 45 minutes to an hour of just sitting, relaxing, enjoying some barbecue, y'all are finally back on the road.
We're gonna visit
You're gonna use the outhouse first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break. Everyone take a tinkle before we leave.
Yeah.
It doesn't have it reminds you a lot more of camping as it's just a
Bush.
building over a piece of wood with a hole in it that leads into a pit.
I've shitting worse, so.
If a minotaur shits, no worries.
Does it make a smell? Yes. Yes, it does.
You can tell by
So-
all the dead animals.
Yeah.
So, y'all are back on the road by mile 200. Evangeline, what interesting thing
Do
happens on the trip?
Do
Do it.
Around
Do it.
this point, you are near a small town that's kind of surrounding the highway.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
She's got props.
All right.
Cannonball yarn!
So, roughly almost to the halfway point between Zobus and Eberstein, you find a town that boasts to have the largest ball of yarn ever knitted together.
That's very impressive.
Evangeline seems very ecstatic and wanting to stop to see it. Linus, choose to pull over.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm looking above you. I'm staring. I'm staring.
As a sign, or
Yes, I'm just staring. Like in character. I'm just like out the front windshield. I'm just like.
It'll be fine.
Y'all can pull off. It is well paved. It's one of those towns where you can tell that this is one of the oddities that attract people, but it also has good trade in it as it's a small town, but you have choices on
Yeah, that is
places
it.
to
That
eat,
is.
places to eat, places to shop. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay, but how big is the yarn?
When you get there, the yarn ball itself measures roughly 200 yards in diameter.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a pretty big yarn.
The biggest thing, everyone give me perception checks as you're driving through the town.
Let's go.
Like shit tonight.
Good thing it's not on combat.
I know.
14.
That's a 17.
15.
Alright, who all got above a, we'll say 13?
Hey.
Alright, everyone, nice.
I got a 25.
So the biggest thing that y'all notice is there's a lot of different
Same.
material and sewing shops in town.
I only have a
As
plus
well
6,
as when you get towards the
I have a plus
outskirts
8.
where the yarn ball is, you notice that there is a lot of sheep and alpaca farms in this area.
Okay. that
No,
makes
it's Bob.
Well, I'm gonna let this one slide. I've been driving all damn day.
Don't take his bull.
Trying to keep you entertained and awake, Linus.
But yeah, once you get there, it's kind of treated like a small carnival area. They have some like local rides and stuff like that, as well as the giant attraction in the center of it all. How long do y'all want to spend here?
30 minutes is fine.
Forever.
No!
enough to get another bathroom break and stretch the legs. And that's about it.
It's a,
Enough to
You're
read
just-
the historical marker sign, and that's it.
honestly, I'm with Linus. I'm like, wow. Anyway.
Yeah,
It's
Neat.
And that's how you lose the cleric.
There's essentially a dirt parking lot where you can see a lot of
So-
different families that come out to this area, and they're having
So
fun
it's like
with the
fucking
little
road
carnival.
trip.
It is a road
Well,
trip.
there it is, and then just let's go.
There it is!
So everyone's spending about 20 minutes, and y'all are trying to leave. Everyone give me a perception check besides Evangeline.
I'm not.
She's still
Oh,
staring.
no.
Alright,
Oh no!
Molly's right there with you, by the way. Evangeline.
Both of you.
Oh.
Wow.
Imagine the sweater.
He blots out the
You were
sun.
doing so good.
Okay,
That's
uh,
betrayal.
Who got above a 13?
Can I have that big dice?
Dire roll.
That's the first one
Dire
I got.
roll.
Yeah.
Dire roll. Dire roll.
That's 14.
So
Yeah.
minus 5 from wisdom. Well, Linus, you've gotten back in the car and started up, and Victorian, you've gotten into the passenger seat. John as well, because he didn't catch it. Thorn, Silas, and Ralt, y'all stop about halfway and go, wait a minute, we're missing people. And you'll look back to see that both Evangeline and Molly are not there.
Oh
Nor are they
no.
where you saw them near the yard wall.
That thing was pretty good. Don't you think Evangeline? Evangeline?
Where did they go?
Evangeline,
Molly?
Oh god,
give
what?
me a,
Say
we'll say athletics. As you,
What?
and
What
Molly,
are you doing? Athletics check?
as you and Molly have found a gap area, which is actually a maintenance port for the people of the town who run this little area to make sure that nothing's coming unraveled and the core is safe. So you and Molly have decided to check out the yarn ball from the center.
They're inside the yarn ball.
Oh
That sounds like her dream, actually.
no!
So this is what it's like
Like
inside.
not when there's mana involved.
Now when there's what?
Not when there's mana involved. You said there was like a mana crystal or something.
No.
No.
No, they have a core, like basically think like how most rubber band balls are started. There's something in the middle
Okay.
to wrap
Oh
around.
no.
You and Molly just found essentially the access port, which allows for maintenance to be done, make sure nothing happens to it.
You better not be doing anything bad.
So give me athletics.
Saved you once today. Where did they go?
I saw them earlier.
I don't know if I should trust this
let's
dice.
go
DC 10.
Go for it.
Okay, that's
She
an
got
18.
it.
I'm good. I'm good.
You and Molly make your way through the little extra entangling bits pretty easily as you're standing essentially what looks to be a center platform with a glass dome over it. As y'all are now inside this giant ball of yarn.
Well, look who's inside again.
That's fine.
Do y'all tell the local security they have in the carnival?
We don't even know where they went.
We'll find them on our own.
Alright.
Go right ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
can I roll for my familiar real quick?
Go for it.
Hold on, let me get it. Let me get his. I had to Google contiguous because I was reading something.
Oof.
Anyway, it's a nat 20.
Damn!
Holy shit!
And his
Follow
perception
his
is
example.
a
Follow.
+4. He has a 28.
So 28.
What a fucking like stupid horned bunny was just like,
I mean,
we're not sharing senses, so I don't know what he's doing.
even still,
Yeah.
he wouldn't know where they've gone.
That's fine.
It is a 200-yard ball of yarn. So any sound that would happen on the inside of it would be far too muffled to hear.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. It's
So
okay. I didn't
while
want
a 28 is good, you'd have to have some magic feats or something to be able to hear or see through solid objects.
Here we go. No,
What you got?
best I got is a demon.
But yeah.
Oh.
How long, because Molly's hanging out with you at the moment,
Yeah.
by the way. How long do you want to spend inside the ball of yarn?
If you say forever, I'm fireballing it.
Go for it.
No.
We're letting the phoenix go inside the ball of yarn. Think about it.
Just take a last home, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Gosh. And I know I said I wanted to spend forever in this town, but I didn't mean that I want to spend forever in a ball of yarn.
So how far do you
Oh, that'd
how
be so
long-
comfy though.
It is comfy.
Oh.
There's a few spots where you can actually sit on the material.
How long? We're gonna be looking for them that way.
Give me a time in minutes. How long do you want to spend inside the ball?
At least just enough to look around and so maybe 15 minutes.
So yeah, y'all are looking all around for them. You can't find them.
What's taking so long?
But about 15 minutes later, you see both Evangeline and Molly just kind of crawling out of the ball of yarn.
Oh.
Well, I guess we should have thought, to be fair. She was really excited.
Is that normal?
No.
Hi.
We
What
went
is-
to a whole new world.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get them on us.
That's the worst one.
That's not even 15 seconds.
They will sue for 2.
They heard one word, they're on it. It's Disney, bro.
We've already got a copyright strike now, even before we posted the video.
Oh.
They say,
How did you? You know you're not supposed to go in there, right?
There wasn't any sign saying that we shouldn't go in there.
I think we should go before they see us.
It's like I stand right next to one.
There's not a sign, actually.
Oh, okay.
This isn't supposed to be noticed by the common public.
Oh, fair enough.
I just happened to find it.
And now there's going to be a sign made for this.
If they don't want it,
You're not
if
the
we
reason
don't
for
tell
it.
them, they won't know.
All right, let's get
not the reason
So,
for
All right, time to go. Let's go.
They do eventually make it to the car. At this point, it's been about 20 minutes since y'all had gotten to the car. I'm guessing you hadn't had it idling.
No.
Okay. But yeah, eventually everyone gets loaded up and y'all are back on the main freeway.
Inside of the damn box.
They did, yes.
I saw them come out.
Both her and Molly.
All right, so mile
It's a really good
200,
idea.
mile 250, Victoria. At this point, again, you've kind of gone out to the outskirts. You can see a few like offshoot roads that lead to small towns in the distance, but for the most part, there's not much alongside the road here. What happens?
Beach elementals.
Beach over.
Beach episode.
I've seen those before. They're terrifying.
Not a whole lot. Like just Victoria just kind of zoning out and trying not to think about what's coming ahead.
So just a pretty quiet car ride for this next stretch.
Yeah.
All right. As those 50 miles come up and we reach the 300-mile port, Linus, what happens as you find yourself entering into a pretty long stream of small towns along the roadways? You can see multiple different shops of all different curios, little way stations, as well as trading pods.
And, I just, because, well, it's only been, 100 miles? Yeah. Yeah, just do a check-in on everybody, make sure that everybody doesn't stretch their legs.
How fast are we driving? 60?
Around this day and age, the cars are average cruising about 40. 60, you're gunning it.
Just does anybody need to take another pit stop or anything like that?
Nope.
What was it? Even odd?
Yes, I am.
What was the even odd odds?
If I had to pee or not.
What's what?
Evens, I had to pee.
John and Molly both got odds. They don't need to be.
Odds.
They roll a 9.
You roll a 19 on if I have to pee.
Roll for piss.
I already rolled. I rolled a 3.
A 2.
He's got to pee.
Thorn's gotta pee.
Number 2, you say, huh?
I rolled a 19.
Gotta go.
Victoria?
I have to
I'm
shit.
good.
Alright.
I'm mad that I got a 19 on
I pull
that.
over like a truck
One of the
stop.
way stations.
Yeah,
way
one of the
stations.
stations. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
mad
we're
I got
able
a
to-
19 on that.
And me and Thorn go take a piss.
Do they have any
19.
snacks?
They do.
Yay.
It's you can even find monocrystals that you can purchase for fuel as
Oh, yeah,
well.
that's right. You showed us.
How are we doing on field, by the way?
They carry up to 3rd level.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, we're at 362 of 500, so
And how much further do we have to go?
all we can ask.
Might as
I
well.
mean, but we still got another monocrystal that can at least give us 200 miles. So
Oh, we're fine.
we should be gay.
We're good on
So
that.
y'all are 150 miles out.
Yeah, so we should be good.
Mhm.
All right.
So that would be common enough knowledge for y'all to keep track of.
Okay.
Plus, there's street signs saying such and such this amount away, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When y'all come through here, it tells you 150 miles till Egerton.
While we are there at the way station, I'd ask, but just because of the fact of our time together, would like Linus and Strella had a conversation about Batetan coffee.
Yes.
Okay. I look for an iced version of Batetan coffee. If they happen to have it.
I was gonna say I'll give it a 25% chance.
Okay.
It's still out in the middle of the boonies,
Right,
kind of,
right.
but it's a big enough way.
It's a mom and pop gas station and I'm asking for Starbucks.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So 25 or below, sure.
Okay.
That is a 17. So yeah, they'll have it.
Yeah, I'll take it on. It'll give me 2 miles.
All right. Yeah. It
Well, I got
sets
you
you.
fancy go.
It sets you back
Starbucks.
8 copper
Um,
if you're getting full bottles.
oh yeah, no, I'm yeah. No, there's a reason why I emptied the bladder.
Fill it back up again.
Well, back up again. Whoop. And then
This bomb.
alright, let's alright, I'd just like to peek out. Y'all want any snacks? Like to everybody else in the car, because you went.
Yeah, I went inside to get some snacks.
Pretzels.
Pretzels.
Ooh, pretzels are
Yeah, they do have them fresh made here.
Pretzels? How do they have regular? Or do you want cinnamon? Do you want cinnamon?
Salted.
Salted. Okay. I like mine cinnamon. So.
I get the salted when you just see roll it in the
It's
back.
actually design your own. They basically make the pretzel itself, and then they have little toppings you can choose to throw on it, and then they have a little bake area where you can stick it in and let it all cook on.
Do you want some?
Sure.
You could make a
What
Best
pizza
way that I can
pretzel.
say right now is if you think about foods, it's a mix of what you can normally find in New York, but also in Germany.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Canis-
brothels.
kind of. McCannis is basically
New York, Germany.
York.
That's Munich.
Man,
Turkey,
we
Munich.
we had the best chili dogs ever.
Every town has the best chili dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah, unless you go to, is it Friona? Yeah, you go to Friona. Apparently, that's the hamburger capital of the world.
Yeah.
It's not.
What to say?
You better not diss my pizza though.
Yeah. Yeah, there's pretzels. You basically build your own here.
Well,
You
yeah,
can either make it for you from scratch, or you can do the toppings.
Oh, we're talking big pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you
Are we
meant
already?
big
Are we all going out
No,
at the same time, or
These
are you
are-
all
These are big, big
Them's fighting
pretzels.
words if you say Diadron's pizza's better than fucking McCandless's pizza.
Hey, yo.
Hey yo.
We've only had the one type of pizza so far.
I
so
don't know.
I
Diadron's mushroom pizza is probably the best. Considering it's Drow's, they know they're mushrooms.
Ugh. Ooh,
Point.
textures.
Yeah.
Good texture to me.
Ugh.
You better have good texture when you can't see.
That's what you make your pizza in the
Oh,
underdark.
shit.
Texture, not color.
Oh.
That is good.
It's got a lovely crunch. What's the taste? Centipede.
Don't
Oh,
worry about
twice
it.
baked. Twice baked.
Twice baked.
It
Carrying
helps to
problem,
break
don't
down
question.
the carapace so it's easier to eat.
Ugh.
Carrying
layer.
problem.
That's why you don't. That's why you eat.
I have a leg in my
Juicy.
I think it's an antenna.
But
So,
Oh,
sorry.
Fucking
Sorry, babe.
What pretzel
sugar
would you
one.
Episode from Crimin Mandy.
You want just a regular sugar pretzel. You want it salted, and I want it cinnamon
Yeah.
pretzel.
I want one.
In quick
I want
order,
cinnamon.
Okay. With
in
mustard
quick
for you,
order,
right?
you
Yeah.
each get your different pretzels, different toppings.
I threw in 6 more copper for just a small little.
Okay.
treat.
I was about to say the pretzels are 1 copper each.
Okay.
Yeah, so I already got it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
unlimited toppings and stuff like that for them. So
So you've seen a cow with a salt lick, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So say they even have protein options to throw on your pretzel if you wanted to throw like bacon or something on there. But essentially, just think of this place as the ultimate like pretzel stop.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
Great, I'm hungry for pretzels.
I'm
Thanks, David. You and your food descriptions.
fat.
Okay.
What other skill sets can I have?
Good hugs.
You right?
Yep.
Great.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just like mark this in a way. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this place as a waypoint for future pretzel journeys.
Yep.
All right.
If your pretzel has umami,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a pretzel anymore.
Just put it right.
Umami.
Mommy.
What is
Umami.
I'm sorry.
Right here.
That's exactly where my brain went to.
I know. I was like,
Okay, there we go. Pretzels. I have it marked on the map.
yay!
Hey!
Pretzels.
Ta-ta!
Pretzel.
Pretzels.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah,
and we're back on the road.
Yep.
So,
Road
for this last 100 months, as everyone has kind of had a different part of the story, it's pretty chill. Everyone's kind of relaxing. You had a pretty good sized lunch. The pretzels were also pretty good sized. So it's kind of one of those things. Linus, you're still finding it. You're focusing the most on the road. Victoria,
Caffeine now.
you find it easy enough to where if you wanted to doze off, you could. Everyone else is just kind of relaxed. Evangeline, you find yourself falling into a pretty deep food coma related nap. And, the usual is happening. You're looking at glimpses of Emery's past.
Do you want to
You're
switch?
seeing all the
tattoos or
different
no?
parties he has attended, all the different foods in his past that he was able to taste.
You still want the?
Even in my dreams, I can't escape the food.
Exactly.
Even in my dreams, I'm hungry as fuck.
Exactly.
The memories begin to fade. As
Here we
the
go again.
surrounding becomes pitch black. Until, almost as if instantaneously, a ring of unreachable fire erupts around you, leading into a dimly lit void surrounding you and what looks to be a near still puddle of water below you.
You're good. So quiet you can hear a dice roll.
By the time your senses come back to,
Why are you reaching into the closet?
I know this. I know this means inside.
you find
Okay.
the phoenix standing before you.
Yeah. That is not a phoenix. That is the phoenix. Jimmy Hopper.
Do you want to?
So basically, that's the ring of fire.
It's even bigger than that. It's surrounding this room, essentially.
I know you can see it.
It's immeasurable. It's unreachable in the terms of no matter how far you walk towards the edges, It will always stay the same distance from you per your perspective. With a loud screech, the phoenix bursts in front of you. She looks down as even her gaze feels searing. Do you say anything?
Hello?
She looks back. Almost wings of fire still, as if not needing to beat, as the hot wind from her body is what's keeping her aloft. She looks at you and replies, "Hello."
What are you doing in my dreams? Memories? Dreams. I'm gonna go with dreams.
I am not in your dreams. Instead, you are here in my realm. As the void releases into what looks to be the plane of fire itself.
Whoa. Okay.
Though you can see it, the only heat you are feeling is what's coming from the phoenix itself. Almost as if the flames surrounding you in this void, along with the still water beneath you, is protecting you from the plane itself. To the rest of the party in the car, it just looks as if she's in a deep sleep. As she looks down to you, Evangeline. Your body is fine. Your soul is here with me, as I needed to discuss a very poignant matter with you.
What did you need to discuss?
You are heading to Creek, correct?
I believe so. I honestly forgot. Like,
Yes.
out of
Yes.
game. I honestly
Yes,
forgot
okay.
where we were going.
I thought that was just Evangeline's nervousness, like, maybe?
I honestly,
You are
like,
heading- you
both
are heading to
nervousness
Creek.
and I also forgot where we were going. It's like, I think
You are making your way to Creek. Yes.
Okay.
Hearing your response, still without blinking or her gaze wavering, she stares down. Good. There's a temple I would like for you to resurrect while you're down there. She then, almost as if you were flying above the world itself in this void, just below you, as if standing on a glass above the earth itself. She zooms in, getting closer and closer and closer as you see the city of Bindstone, the capital of Creek.
Okay.
Buried beneath this city is one of my very first temples. It holds great importance to both myself and to my followers. Long ago, this used to be one of the major bastions for pilgrimage, as well as, well, a true bastion during the wars. If you were to reactivate this temple, not only would it bring back hope to all those who suffered under the oppression of the so-called gods, but you as well would feel the power gained. If done correctly, Bindstone should not be affected. If anything, the people should feel almost a warm hope wash over the city, as it once did long ago. The elves who settled the area used to be truly free. They were nomadic people who would find the few settlements created by different clerics or paladins with their temples as trading points or places of refuge during bad weather or during plagues. But when it came to the wars, long before the giants and the dragons, back when the elements themselves were still truly fighting for dominance, they were swayed by the dragons. And as such, they turned on my people. And during the war, it was one of the first temples destroyed. So I ask you, my cleric, to reactivate this temple and remind the elves of their once true paths. Let them feel the freedom and away from the tyranny that the dragons brought them so many centuries ago.
Okay.
And with that, as you respond the affirmative, almost as if having the sensation of falling in your sleep, you feel yourself jolted back awake. As the first thing you hear, even before the road noise and everything comes back, you hear Emery. I did not know that I could feel things as a spirit. But what was that?
That was like this is
It's in the head.
that was what do you remember? You were probably not awake. But
I
Where
felt
was-
like I was on fire. What happened?
I might have changed my deity to a phoenix.
So you forsook the boatman.
At the time, it seemed like the only option, but yes.
I'm not judging you for it. I'm
Yes.
just getting the answers.
Yes,
Well, whatever you choose, Evangeline, you know I have your back.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for sharing your body with me. And with that, Silas and John, unless you chose to fall asleep as well,
No.
both of you would have noticed Evangeline kind of shake awake. I don't know how many of you have had that sensation where you feel like you slip and your whole body just goes ah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
But that's what you notice with Evangeline waking back up. And at this point, you can hear the entire noise around you.
A dream?
Do you dream?
Not really.
Oh, that's right. You're new to the party. She more like has somebody else's memories instead of dreams.
Okay. That's not the weirdest thing I've heard before, but yes.
Have you mind linked yet?
Yes.
I've met. Yes.
Yeah, that's the memories.
Memories.
That's just how John best remembers it. Is
Yeah.
he is her memories essentially.
Memories.
Memories. Memories. Anyways,
What about memories?
I like memories.
but you, as you wake up, you felt warm, but then it just kind of cooled back off to the normal temperature in the vehicle.
Hold on. I just saw something very important. Hold on.
Okay.
That is very interesting.
Okay.
My backstory.
Uh huh.
My mother died in a fire.
Uh huh.
I don't have fire. Okay, this is fine. This is fine.
This is fine.
I have fire. I am embracing my fears.
You're facing your fears. Let's go.
Let's go.
Comforting bit that you could get from it, which I thought that's why you were interacting with her. as much
Yeah.
as it's a comforting heat. It's not like an oppressive flame.
Yeah, that's why I was like at first, like I was like, I really don't know about this, and then after a while, it's like, okay, this is comforting. This is not scary. But I just saw that in my backstory. I was like, wait a gosh darn minute. Forgot about that.
And you're gonna roll for memory, so you're gonna want to get underneath your intelligence,
Oh god.
and your intelligence mod will work the opposite for this roll.
Okay, so is this just to see if I remember my dream?
Abilities.
Specifically, something while she was talking with you.
So roll below.
That's a 9. So that is below, so that's a 7.
7. All right. I will discuss with you over the break what you remember.
Okay.
But by this point, you are reaching the final neck of your drive as the city walls of Iberstein is coming into view. As you can see, the city lights pouring out over the walls, as it seems to have what looks to be a pretty. What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were trying to get my attention. What looks and even sounds, even at this distance, to be a pretty active nightlife as everything is starting to kick up. As by the time you're reaching here, it's about 7:30, so the sun is starting to go down.
Well, are we willing to stop off here for the night, or do we want to keep pushing?
What was the last? Like,
Why is the scary music still going?
what
It's like, why is scary music?
Keep going. Keep going.
was the?
Okay, now I want to stop here.
So
My apologies, I was focusing on a tense moment.
how do you pronounce it?
Iberstein.
Iberstein.
So after that is when we get our, from what we heard, we get our visas, right? And then we move over to
So
board.
no, there is the border major city of Cord is where you're going to be getting it.
Oh, okay. So-
Iberstein, you would head essentially southwest from there to get the ferry across.
Mhm.
And then there are nothing but small towns when you get towards the border, and then on the border is where Cord's jurisdiction
Okay,
is.
then. Okay. I thought I was gonna say if we were gonna go get our visas, we get our visas in the morning and then we head towards Corn. Alright.
Essentially, the way that Creek's border works is they kind of judge you on the spot.
Okay. So don't do anything.
So
Don't do anything sketch. Got it.
it's, quote, faster than the normal bureaucracy of getting a visa, but Creek does it so that way they have full control on who they let in securely. As if they don't like you being there, they will tell you you can't come in and they will send you back.
Okay.
So if they accept you, then instead of having to wait 1 to 2 months for your visa to finally come back, you now wait maybe 45 minutes to an hour in line and then a 10-minute decision.
Well, what was the last like mile sign that we passed to like Iberstein? How many miles?
Oh, y'all are right outside the city limits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're stopping here for the night. If y'all want, let's take them. Let's just go to the Adventurers Guild. Check in there, and then if y'all want, nightlife, we can do nightlife. But
Let's get our lodgings.
yeah, let's get that squared away.
I think the only nightlife you need to be is a reunion with you and your pillow.
It was a long drive.
And you did a very well job of it. Thank you.
No problem. Not a whole lot of twists and turns. but-
Yeah.
It's a pretty straight
Yeah.
western road over this way.
Plus, I'm sure we kept you entertained the whole way.
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
Only the first parts.
The stories were good.
So, Cockra,
Yes.
police officer just two.
You right there, ball?
I don't know. They just can't snuck up on me.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna if we have to stop at the city gate or whatever, we're just gonna stop there, ask for peel off visa if we need to, and get directions to the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. There's the major freeway that kind of runs through this. There's not much of a stop here. There was a stop because where y'all came into the last city was a bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
The freeway just kind of goes right through the city if you want to continue on it. But there's plenty of exits as you get in. It's kind of like whenever you enter into like any major city here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exit roads and stuff that you can get off to go and explore in different parts of town.
Doesn't just stop. Just keeps going.
I'm not saying if you want to drive, but a point of exhaustion while driving is killer.
Oh yeah. No, those checks is a thing. No.
Driving checks fall under that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll just like peel off to like the first like mana station. Then we find just.
I got you. So yeah, there's one that's a pretty good sized one. Looks like it's meant to accommodate both moderate sized vehicles as well as larger transport vehicles. Looks like it has a way station with what looks to be a couple restaurant options connected with it, and a pretty decent sized parking lot where you can see a lot of the larger transport trucks kind of parked off in the distance.
Yeah, I'll pull it in. Alright, nobody get out. I'll take and get directions. And I'm bringing a notepad. And everything.
You want to use mine?
I mean, if you're offering it, they can go inside and just I'll ask and get the directions.
Okay. Yeah. The big thing that you do notice whenever you go in though is it is massive. Like it is a huge way station. The one that you saw back about 100 miles out was decently sized, but this one looks to be like almost something you would see with like a government building size almost.
So,
Buc-ee's.
so
I was
It
gonna
is
say,
Buc-ee's.
is there a beaver out front?
so
It's fantasy Buc-ee's.
No, it's a platypus.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
It's
yes!
a mountain platypus.
It's fantasy Buc-ee's.
Other
Hey, where's
than
Barry?
Perry's.
Welcome to Perry's.
Look at the Perry's.
There
Hey!
you go.
What did you give Perry to anyway?
Perry
stayed behind in
left.
the mountains.
Yeah.
It was its natural environment.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just like look around, look for
I miss
like the main like the registers essentially.
Hearing that, you kind of are saying that you can hear a little bit of scuttling underneath your bench seat. As then you can, since you understand Sylvan, you hear
Squirrel.
no worries. As you then see Squirrel transform into a mountain platypus,
Oh.
Oh.
and it just kind of nuzzle up against you. But yeah, it takes a while to find someone who, like, will A, listen to you, and B, actually kind of knows directions besides just inside the city, like even to the guild, because not everyone goes to the guild here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you eventually find an employee as you go up to what you could guess is kind of like either a welcome counter or like a checkout line.
Yeah.
And as you walk up, you see her get a big smile on her face and goes, "Welcome to Perry's."
Hi.
Cries in retail.
Right.
What can I help you today?
Would it be possible that you can get directions from here to the Adventurers Guild in town?
Almost certainly. Do you have a piece of paper? Or would you like me to just tell you?
Yeah, I got a piece of paper.
Okay. And then she just writes on the
Write
directions.
this down. Okay.
Now, can I interest you in Perry Nuggets or maybe some Perry Bites?
You know,
They're great. We have a family pack here for just 2 copper. And it's this massive bag.
Lord have mercy.
Oh God, Jesus!
And it looks to be a honey caramel covered like puff pastry.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll take one of those.
All right. And would you like to get a Perry-sized drink today?
Not today. We're probably gonna
56 ounce drink.
we
Go for the 60. Go for the 60.
we may take and stop on our way back for after town. And then we'll take a load up on everything else.
Okay, no worries. That'll just be 2 copper today then.
You know, that's what I figured.
And she
Oh,
doesn't.
they
She,
still 56.
here,
Do I?
one of the
They
things
skip
that you
56
notice
to go
that's
to
different from these
44
big cities is you actually get a receipt. It's like a
64.
rough printed receipt.
Oh,
Crazy retail.
Like,
Still crying.
thank you.
I
My
can't.
pleasure. We look forward to seeing you again.
See, she hasn't had her soul sucked out just yet.
Oh.
She's.
I'm pretty sure she.
What he
has.
doesn't see is as he turns his back and no one's looking, he goes, "Ugh."
People.
She's the introvert that has to be an extrovert for her job. Yay!
This is why you work in
Yeah.
the back.
As you'll see, Linus making his way outside of the way station, you notice that he's carrying a bag that's roughly about half his size.
Lion.
You.
I thought we were stopping for dinner or somewhere else.
I think he's got it already.
He just got it.
All you see is the
Just
box
sits it on the center part of the front bench.
Krillin holding
Just
all
starts
the-
eating
the
out of it.
shopping gifts.
No, it's not for me. It's for everybody else who was fucking talking earlier. You can't talk if you're shoveling shit in your face.
Especially things that are honey and caramel.
Exactly. But I do take like a little bit, and, it's for myself, and then
Or peanut butter.
Yeah.
Peanut butter.
Gives it a ton of money.
But yeah, and then,
the entire car.
Oh no! Stop!
I was saying, what else is gonna happen?
yeah.
Once you load up, you usually find your way. It is a bit more of a drive. Averstein is a little bit smaller than Zorbus was, but since it's not having a major manufacturing center, it has a lot more stuff kind of packed in there, so the roads are a bit more windy and everything. But you do find your way to the Adventurers Guild, as this one seems really fancy. Whenever you come up, its architecture looks royal in design, almost as if there's a lot of money that gets funneled through here. As the next thing that you see connected directly to it looks to be a Mechanus National Bank headquarters.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All
Wait,
right.
what?
All
Something-
right.
You
something
never
in
give
Japan
us a
just to
zero.
see that.
And welcome back.
The Poppy's dancing.
Ooh.
So, our party has just arrived at the Eberstein Adventurers Guild, as well as the Mechanus National Bank headquarters that is attached to the guild. As they approach, it actually is one of the highest offending guilds that they will more than likely ever come across as far as the country of Mechanus is concerned.
Oh wow.
I was about to say, as you come up, it looks like there's at least 6 heavily armed guards, either with any variation of melee weapon or multiple forms of firearms.
Well, we're gonna sleep in peace tonight.
Each of them seem to be pretty well armored as well. Any of them looking to have what looks to be a modified version of scale mail, which looks to be a slatted plate interwoven piece that looks to be inserted into a fabric hold. For the best way of looking it up, if you want to Google an image, is the earliest forms of bulletproof vests.
Oh shit.
So essentially, it is just modified cloth meant to hold multiple little shanks of metal guards that you can take out and replace as need be. But it gives it the appearance of a basically cloth-covered scale mail.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks so much better than studded
As you
leather.
come up, the one to approach you looks to be carrying what can only be described as a blunderbuss on steroids.
Oh my god. Okay.
As a very large orc male comes up and knocks on your window. State your business.
We're members of the guild, and I take that hold out my badge. Like, we're members of the guild, we're just.
You see all your badges. You're just kind of looking around. And John,
They're my wards. They're with me.
you actually see John holding up a sigil from the guild as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He'd been employed with
Yeah,
I
them.
forgot,
me.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
He actually holds the employed sigil, which is Thorn and Silas also have.
Okay.
So it's slightly different, just showing like position instead of like just adventurer.
Gotcha.
Which you see messenger on John's,
Good for him.
which is one of the like entry level quote unquote. You can be like a high messenger, which is what like Brutus was
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like,
Gotcha.
oh, you ain't stopping this dude. Like,
But yeah, everyone else pulling out their badges. He takes a look. You let him know about Molly, and he can tell that Molly doesn't look like an adult, so he accepts it for the moment, just as to keep her close to you. All right, looks to be in order. Just keep your hands to yourself and stay away from the bank unless you actually have business there.
Understood.
All right.
All right. And with that, he starts to back off. You can still see that he has one hand on the gun. As he backs off, you can hear him whistle as he then does a hand gesture to someone else. And you can start to see the gates start to roll back from each other. And it squeaks. Like, not just like, but it's as it's just heavy steel and iron gates that pull across from each other.
Oh.
And he looks you in the eyes and just gives you a head nod to go in.
I feel sorry for everybody who thinks they can steal from this place.
Yeah.
it would take a lot of skilled people.
Since I've heard some things from the other messengers that this is one of the most annoying ones to get to,
Yeah.
just because they check every message that they're carrying.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't make us get out and search out everything.
more than likely it was the adventurer's badge, and since we were employed, most messengers are either traveling by foot, public transportation, or any other means. Not a lot of people have a nice car.
Fair enough.
It just doesn't seem quite necessarily as welcoming as the guilds we've been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Feels protected though.
This,
Yeah.
As y'all are driving, John's actually going to just give you some of the information that he's learned about it. Just to give a quick information of what John would know. He basically lets y'all know that this is one of the places where a lot of the money from Creek and Diadrin kind of travel through to then get redistributed through Mechanus or transformed into different notes. It is the headquarters, but there is one more major branch that's up towards the northeast that is closer to Met, which is the money, basically the rare ore money capital of the planet. But he says that for the most part, any major monetary trade, transport, or exchange happens here. So it decided to attach to the guild once it started being prevalent enough for the additional protection, which the guild then accepted as the guild head at the time looked forward to having an influx of more funds to do things with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's from what I hear, the guildmaster's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's been around for about 400 years now.
Damn.
So his predecessor was the one who signed the deal with the bank to attach it. But for the most part, he seems, from what I've heard from other messengers who have met him, pretty understanding.
Do you happen to know who they are? Because I don't memorize all the names, but I'm just curious.
I don't know his name really. All I know is that he is Eric Cochran from last I heard.
Alright, well. Alright. Okay.
I don't get it either. They normally only live about 80 to 100 years. And
Okay. Alright.
last I heard, the messenger that I talked with who goes there, met with Eric Cochran, and he's been there forever. So
Okay. Alright, well, I guess we can take a time to get, his name when we get inside, or at least acquire it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just find a parking spot and just. Alright, we're here.
Yay!
So you find a parking spot, and it's pretty well kept over here. There's actually bellhops of the guild who rush out to greet you and offer to start loading your things on bell carts.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Let's scratch the paint.
And they just start loading everything on there to walk it in with you. They don't go like ahead of you or anything.
Yeah.
Like, they walk with the rest of the group. And when you walk in, it is like Greek-style columns and pillars holding up. Basically gold overlaid, what looks to be marble, as far as entrance and exterior is concerned.
This reminds me of home a little too much.
Do what?
It reminds me of home a little too much.
Yeah, this is more your style, isn't it, Victor? This, and I just point around to the corner.
Yeah.
It's a little showy for me.
Yeah, I send sentiment, really.
John just kind of looks over and goes, at least it doesn't look flammable.
Spice.
Yeah.
Spice.
Now you gotta
I forgot to turn my phone down. Sorry.
Everybody checks their phone now.
I've had mine off all day.
But yeah, just. Alright, well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired as all. Let's get everything squared away.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll just get in trouble if I go out. I'm just going to bed.
Oh yeah.
I'm agreed.
You all get checked in. They take note of your guild numbers essentially, and get them put away. For the ones who are employed with the guild as well, being Thorn and Silas and John, they are requested to go to the office just to sign essentially employee paperwork, which adventurers don't have to because it's technically like outsourced work. But with actual employees of the guild, they have to sign different paperwork.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Torn, I'll help you with yours as well.
I'll try not to burn the tent.
Do you mind giving me a couple pointers too? I mean, I haven't had to do this before.
Right. Come with me, John.
Alright. I'll catch up, bro. Yep. And with that, the receptionist kind of point the three to a side office for the moment. It takes about maybe 15 minutes for all three paperwork to get signed.
Didn't burn it.
You actually notice as you grab the different paperwork, like John has his, you grab yours, and when Thorn, just because you're not used to people handing you paperwork, and you hand it over to Silas to help, you notice first off
Mhm.
that there feels like a film on the paper. Rubbing at it a bit, you can tell it's a anti-flammable wax that can be coated over paper,
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to
almost
see
as
that.
if there's a file on Thorn at the moment.
Well,
The shit
at
out
least
of
they
everything.
no that hand it back to him. That at least they have precautions this time, unlike in mechas.
Listen, it's not their fault. They weren't expecting a,
Boom!
yeah,
I told them, they still didn't, they didn't believe me. They said, oh, well,
they thought it was a joke.
He said, oh, Dragonborn, stay there. And, oh.
No.
It's always that intimidation joke they try to pull. Those red dragonborns.
No, I just seriously can't control it. As he starts writing stuff down.
But yeah, paperwork's pretty quickly filled out. You'll have your rooms assigned. And anything before you head to bed?
I'm getting a couple bottles of wine.
Okay, yeah. Are you looking for low shelf, mid shelf, high shelf? Or are you looking for reserves?
Just mid shelf.
Mid shelf? Okay, yeah. You can get a couple for 2 silver.
Since this is a quieter environment, I think I'm gonna take John with me and see if we want to. Or no, John's busy at the moment. I'm gonna wait for John to get back, so that way he has a slightly better bar experience.
There is actually a pretty nice bar in this guild.
Yeah.
Not normally bars and grills or guilds here, but this one tends to have a bar.
Yes.
It's a classy jazz bar.
Weirdly it's weirdly close to the connection area with the bank, but it's in this.
Is it like
You
one
gotta
of
make-
those
you gotta
jazz
make
bars? Right.
You what?
Those jazz bars are just it's like
Oh yeah,
one of the fancy
I'm
ones.
thinking
I
about
like it.
Dante bar.
yeah, kind of yeah.
Mhm.
It's a pretty nice and calm environment there. You can see different guys in suits, women in suits. It kind of looks like a place where people who work at the bank may go to take on their break or come to talk to either colleagues or potential business deals. But you can also see adventurers every once in a while. You can probably see someone who looks really underdressed compared to everybody else, just kind of sit down with an entire pint of drink and just sitting there and relaxing in what looks to be a really nice reclined mid chair. So some of them look a little bit not used to this, but others seem to regular this guild.
This is
So
weird. Where's
Yeah.
my tavern?
the weirdest one that you can see is a fairly large Goliath male who looks to be a storm giant descendant. Having a really hard time figuring out a way to get comfortable in the chair because when it's one of those halfbacks, so when
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah.
lean back, his body keeps going.
Oh no!
He leans
Oh, no.
forward, grabs one of the tables, notices it's still a little too low, so he grabs another one to stack on top, and it's finally tall enough for him. You can just tell he's not having a good time.
Yeah. It's
Bro,
unfortunate.
straight up not having a good time.
Bruh. So y'all want to go to the bar? I'm gonna get changed first so I can be actually presentable to the bar.
I'm actually gonna take and follow the tournament.
I'll head to my room, change. I'll have my actual clothes over my armor.
And John's met back up with you.
Okay.
I guess I'll be up with you there.
All right.
I'm sure the bar.
Evangeline, what are
Hopefully
you
he
doing?
doesn't go.
I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, so Evangeline heads to bed.
Road trips, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll go change and then I'll meet up with Thorn at the bar as well.
Okay. So we have 2 for the bar. Well, are you going as well?
Yeah, to the bar.
Yeah,
Wait
all
for John.
yeah, 4 of us are going to the bar.
John shows up with the two of them. So
Perfect. I'm waiting there for him.
okay, what do you want Molly to be doing? What's she doing?
She can either join us at the bar or she can go and hit the hay early, whichever she prefers. Yes, I know what I said. Hit the hay.
I guess you could hoof it up there.
Yeah.
She'll hang out with you. I mean, she's been kind of taking naps on and off during the road trip, so she wouldn't mind
Perfect.
staying up for a bit longer.
Perfect.
All right.
So
Get her a nice ginger ale or something to drink.
Shirley Temple.
Yep, Shirley Temple.
which they do actually make seating here for extended torso races, so like centaurs centaurs, to be able to comfortably have a seat, which basically just looks like, if it's a chair, just looks like a really elongated chair seat. So then that way they can rest their rear half of their body and just kind of sit there and
It's
relax.
like fucking Roman seats, kind of.
In a way, but
Except for like the
longer
back
and with sidearms. Yeah. How much are y'all wanting to spend at the bar?
Oh, just like a couple of silver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
go with the
Let's
silver.
say that's enough
But-
for about 2 bottles of mid-shelf drink.
I just want to let him try a couple of different little drinks, a little sip of this, a little sip of that.
Oh,
You know.
they actually have a sampler one if you wanted to do that.
Perfect.
It's 5 silver, and it comes with essentially 1 shot of each drink. Kind of, they carry it with lower alcohol content, so that way you're not mixing liquors
Yeah.
and creating an issue. Essentially, it's a taste sample with about 0.5% alcohol.
There we go. I'm gonna get one of those so that way he can go and he can try and find out what he likes.
Yep. So they bring out a tray after about 5-10 minutes, and it has anywhere from whiskeys to bourbons to ales to tequilas to wine, even anywhere from a dry to a sweet to a dessert.
Excellent.
So it's pretty good sized tray, hence it being 5 silver for just essentially what equates to 30 shots.
Yep.
But it's all
John,
sipping shots.
Sample.
So it's not anything like, even if he drank all of them, the alcohol content, he might get buzzed with his size.
Good.
Might get buzzed. But yeah, how much are y'all wanting to spend on drinks?
2 silver.
I'll go with the silver.
Are you wanting to get bottles or just?
Just a drink.
Oh, okay, if you were spending silver on a single, 2 silver on a drink, or like on just simple drinks.
It's just
Just refill.
right before.
Yeah, you're getting some platinum tequila.
He's just getting just drinks for the night. He's not.
I'm dressed for the part, okay?
Yeah, it has a nice olive garnish with a orange zest peel enhanced over it. So it gives a nice mid-islander citrusy scent as well as a taste. The olive is actually a sweet olive. It's not a pickled olive.
Oh.
So it adds to the acidity of the drink.
Well, how much silver did you use?
Yeah, now
I
I'm
used
thirsty.
one.
You used 1 silver.
See, we're just gonna
I
drink
have
until
that
they're.
phantom.
I know. I'm gonna go home and make myself a vodka martini now.
He's just. He's
Oh, you just
getting
want basic alcohol?
basic one, just the silver.
So how, just 1 silver?
Just one
You're still getting
There's
some
another
good
one
alcohol with the
Yeah.
silver. If you're just wanting a couple pints, then
Yeah.
you're
I'm gonna
getting
go
like
make some more vermouth.
probably Silver Label Ale, which is a local company, which has hints of apple, oranges, as well as cinnamon twist in it.
Good shit. You
But yeah,
holding yours like that, right?
That 1 silver gets you 2 pints. All right, so much merriment's had. They bring out drinks for you. Evangeline at this point is heavily asleep, immersed in memories.
No
Weirdly
Phoenix
enough,
this time?
not this time. However, there is a moment where the memories seem to go blank, but you feel extremely warm, almost as if you're on fire. But then the memory fades and moves to a different one.
This girl is on fire.
Kind of reminding you of when Emery told you he felt like he was on fire for a second, and then like the room was dark. So essentially, you relived a recent memory that he got
he
in
had.
his afterlife.
Oh, emerged.
I'm having the worst time of my life.
I'll say, your second spirit's supposed to help you with a lot of stuff invading your mind, but you keep going near things that invade your mind.
I know!
High, Strauss is high, Strauss is high.
Most Kalistar's second spirits don't have to work this hard. Yours, on the other hand, rest in the afterlife? Nah, bitch, you ain't living here rent free.
What was that god?
Azurius, move over!
Why are there so many gods? Why are they all talking to you?
What did you do?
Eldritch beings to chaotic elements? What the fuck? Evangeline, please. It's supposed to be peaceful in the afterlife.
Azurius coming in, move!
Move, bitch! Move, I'm gay.
What?
What? That's not even there.
So, hold on. So, Hadar, Azurus,
Silas and Strauss.
Silas, Strella, literally everybody in the party.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Everyone in the party, yeah.
Yeah, everyone in the party. So yeah. He's just had a grand old time helping you keep your mental state safe.
Stop it, all of you!
At least trying. There's that picture of Emery with his hands out and the 3 raptors are replaced with freaking Hadar, the Phoenix, Strella.
Strella, can I come in now? Strella, can I come in now?
At least you asked, yes.
The other guy.
Silas, hello.
But
damn it.
that is the standout
Yeah.
in the dream is you relive that recent memory that he had described to you.
It's one of those rough
Sorry, I'm a pain in the ass, Henry. I'm
And then-
sorry.
As you're going through it, you then notice a black ink kind of come over as the memory fades back. You notice meeting what looks to be Azurius as you then go back to what looks to be what would be considered like being blacked out. And then you finally go back to some of his previous memories when he was actually alive. So essentially, you just have a quick repeat of his experience over the last couple of months.
No.
Henry, I'm sorry I'm such an asshole.
No, we choose the body, not the other way around. It's my fault.
It's my fault.
You hear him say it with a laugh.
With a joke.
Yeah. He's not upset with you by any means.
It's not you, it's me.
Some my dumbass for choosing someone on this plane.
Oh.
Anyway.
Man, I should
That somehow cannot like keep people out of her head because they keep just bursting in unannounced.
Past that, it's just a really restful night's sleep. Now, as everyone has kind of gone either to the bar or up to the room, Victoria and Linus, what were y'all going to do?
I was heading to my room.
Okay. And you said you were following along.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping a distance, but like,
Are you trying to be subtle about it, or
just not subtle, not enough to like be like,
Suspicious.
yeah.
What was that?
Don't be
but,
suspicious. Don't be
no,
suspicious.
I'm still gonna take him and follow him up to his room, and
Okay.
like right before he goes in, I'll catch up.
you do notice him kind of following at a distance, and then whenever you are putting your key in to unlock your room, is when he kind of approaches.
You're awfully quiet on the drive.
Not on my mind.
Want to talk about it? I mean, you kind of already like opened the envelope.
A bit.
Look, I'm not trying to take him pride. I know at least a little bit of what's going on. But if you want to talk about it, you can. If you want to take in, like, have the night to yourself, you can. But I also know what it's like to take and be alone at night. And sometimes those intrusive thoughts kind of they can get the better of you.
I hold my door open. Up to you.
As you're also holding 2 bottles of wine.
Mm-hmm. I'm holding it like this.
I go inside and I like
You do notice in your room that your things had actually been put into them from the bellhops.
I go inside. I look for like 2 glasses. And just like go over to like the
2 little drink glasses on the counter.
yeah. I go over to the I imagine like because like they would have like a small like table and 2 chairs or something like that. I think I'd go
Essentially, this one has kind of like a nice little waiting area. So it has a couch, coffee
shit.
table,
Okay.
sink with a personal stove, and then kind of a half wall where there's then a bed, a desk, a chair, and a window looking outside. And it's all queen beds.
Yeah, I'll take on right. I'll go over and grab 2 glasses and like just sit down I guess in the like little living room area. Just,
Well, what are you? I'm not used to anything as far as opening up to people like this.
So, no, I can get that.
Have you ever been scared, Linus?
Yeah. Yeah. To, in the not too distant past either.
Understood that. Kind of been through a lot lately.
Seen some shit.
Definitely have. I know that we all kind of agreed to head to Creek, but I'm not sure if that was a right decision or not. Or maybe I jumped the gun, or maybe, I don't think I'm ready to go back, is what I'm getting.
Like, what's causing you to be afraid of going back?
A lot of things, probability of the situation.
What are they, like, the town not being there, or what? Like, I only saw what you showed me.
Different variables. I mean, I told John about my sister and worried for her. Don't even know if she's alive or the alternative. Same goes for my mother. Town's probably in ruins still. It takes a while to rebuild.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle that reality.
Yeah, I can get that. I mean, not trying to, I'm just a snot-nosed orphan from Slipfast who knows how to take and hit shit. But, I know what it's like to take and lose what feels like home. I mean, granted, I may not have an actual one, but I get what it feels like. And, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can always ask, put out feelers from the guild. Like I saw your town on the map, so I mean, it's got to be at least a decent sized town. It's got to at least have its own guild, so you can take at least pass word or get word from there. Let's see how things are going.
Good.
But I think there's more to you not wanting to go back than just let's see questions. But it doesn't take a lot, artificer to thinking of no. To know that you're probably not really talking about that yet. But
Yes, there's other variables and things that are concerning. And I don't know. That reality either is something I'm wanting to deal with.
I mean, for what it's worth, you know, yeah, I mean, you may have left alone. But you're not going back alone. You may be a ragtag bunch of freaking misfits, but we're gonna take in, you know, we're gonna take in, do what we can. You know, we got your back. You don't have to face, you know, you don't have to face these questions or these answers alone. Yeah, the future's scary. I mean, seeing how personally we've seen how much, you know, shit can change over a small period of time, and yet shit can go south real fast. But at least from what we've seen so far, there's also good people here. There's good people out in the world. Good things can happen. Don't always happen, but they can.
My concern is that if there's a certain probability, then I may no longer be able to travel with you all.
What kind of probability?
It's probably fairly likely, and that's
Does this have to tie back to your noble stuff?
a bit.
Yeah. Takes a drink of my wine.
It's got a little warm, but not like it's like room temperature now.
Like, dude, like,
This
like
is heavy.
like Linus thinks like before everything thought like the world equivalent of Franzio is fancy, okay?
This one doesn't come in a box.
But alright, well, the same thing still applies. I mean, you're still one of us. I mean, look at Strella. She's not here, but she's still one of us.
Fair. Just the concern mostly lies with, expectation. Something that I've not been good at. I know, right? Victorian, you're so good at everything. Why are you scared of failure? But that honestly scares me more than any of those probabilities. Is what, if people recognize me at all, then that expectation is there again.
Yeah.
It's been nice to not have that pressure.
Well. See, I'll take it and give you a little bit of my story. So you know the basics, but not gonna lie, there's this guy, Becky Slowfist. Snootiest motherfucker in town. Probably because he's the governor's son. He's the motherfucker that put me in the barrel of spiders. Like, arch enemy. Every time he fucking saw me, he just, you know, didn't,
I lost one that time, so.
you know, he took in the, you know, we were rivals, you know, governor's kid, no name Morphin from fucking, you know, lower side of town. But you know, between Miss Quell and Eddie, you know, they took and they told me something. It's like sometimes, you know, people like that, you know, they're when they take and they act all snooty or they're, you know, whatever. Sometimes when they're nobles, you know, they get the higher expectations, and they get fear of disappointment. So my question to you, Baton, is are you afraid of disappointing everybody else? Are you afraid of disappointing yourself?
That's a bit deeper than I want to go tonight.
Yeah, I mean, on the way to, I mean, the path to enlightenment takes very many paths, but, you know, I mean,
Is that some monk
yeah, something like
teachings?
that. Yeah, something like that. Something, you know,
Some color.
Kyle's been trying to take and teach on me, but, you know, he's
Kyle says it a little differently.
yeah,
but kind of the same.
yeah. It's like I'm paraphrasing, you know, it's just, but,
Like, you can't just let your past control your future, Brad. Like, you gotta let it go. Or else it's just gonna control you. Like, bro, Shaw.
This is in his head.
but, yeah, no, just,
Like, you're still holding on.
Let go.
but, yeah, so something like that. I mean, I kind of butchered it, but, you know, it's something along those lines. And I didn't mean that they can get too deep, but I'm just. All I'm saying is, you know, long story short, I got you back. If you want to take it, if you need to stay, we'll stay there for you. You know, we're there for you regardless, but also just, you know, you're not as a living testament. You don't have to take and always stay on the same path. You don't have to let the things that made you who you were in the past, or good or bad, take and affect the outcome of who you are. But anyway, that's enough talking for tonight.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm taking that finish off my line. I'm going to bed because I got to drive tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good one.
Me too.
And as they're finishing up, John has finished up his massive sampler tray of drinks, and it's kind of at the point now where everyone's kind of like going to bed. There's like one person left at the bar for kind of like the late night customers, but it's pretty dead there. Yeah. Anything y'all choose to do before heading off to bed?
John, what was your favorites?
Yes.
Is he actually inebriated?
No,
It's one of his-
no, I just feel good.
He's in that real good spot.
Ah,
he's
the
in the
buzz.
good one.
Yes, he's got that good buzz. Plus, let's face it, since our biology, a little bit hard here. Usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he agrees with me.
You know,
He
I
was
will
just being-
leave it at that.
That's my boy.
Oh no, my boy!
I'm gonna hit the bed.
Yeah.
So we need
Do you-
to.
John, do you need help getting up?
Oh dear.
no.
Alright.
But I'm
There
sure.
we go. Daisy, come on, here we go.
Need help relatively guys.
I know they say let sleeping dogs lie, but it doesn't count for centaurs. Let's get you to bed. Molly, you got the key to the room?
Yeah, I do.
Good. Let's get your brother to
She
bed.
kind of walks a little bit ahead of you.
Alright, we'll see you all in the morning for a
See
nice
you too.
hearty breakfast, especially for this one.
Yes.
You gonna
Uh,
bring one
what
over?
do y'all do?
We're also gonna head out to bed.
Yeah, right.
We're bunking, so.
Are you?
Are we? I guess we are.
Yes.
Yes.
I asked you earlier, and you're like, oh, yeah.
I was gonna say they normally do single rooms unless like you're married or. with
Oh, we are
children.
married now.
What? Are you married? No. No.
Y'all will have separate rooms.
He said what?
Wait, what?
Female Silas would have had a way with that. Just, yeah, we are. And then precipitation.
Thorn's like what? Same reaction.
I know what you are half the time. Stop it. I'm into you half of the time.
I'm only half gay.
Stop that.
I'm just
Well.
So why?
But yeah, y'all would have to
Right.
do different rooms.
That's fine, yeah.
It's essentially
That
a
was-
security thing. That if you ask them why, they just explain to you. It's a thing of they'll allow people with families to stay in a single room or married couples, but just to keep multiple people from just gathering in a room overnight because they're so close to the bank, they require separate rooms.
Yeah, alright.
That's why this one has a bunch of bedrooms. Like even though they could easily fit like 4 to 6 people per room, there's a bunch of rooms. So that way, if there's someone by themselves or like a group that isn't a partnership, they can have enough room for everybody.
Everyone gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Everyone gets one. So your room is maybe about 6-7 doors down from his. Everyone's rooms are a little bit split from each other, as are our other guests, and they try to fill the lower floors first and go from there. But yeah, you find your accommodations pretty well. I mean, considering what you grew up with and everything, it seems about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty easy to fall asleep. Thorn.
No God.
As you walk into your room, there is a rudimentary like electric system to where you can turn on the light. As you do, with it being as dark as it is, the room's not that well lit this late at night. You can see your little waiting area, and you can see the light in your bedroom, or you can see the bed in your bed in there. But you can see someone sitting in a chair opposite of your bed, as they look over and go, "Thorn,
Who are you?
there's no need to ask me who I am.
As he just already pulls out an axe.
Whoa! I know plenty about you
Oh, do you?
and the people you decide to travel with.
Yeah. Who are you?
That's not important for the moment. The only thing you need to know is something needs to be stopped.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, just knowing who you are, you're not a big fan of dragons, are you?
Not really.
So you wouldn't want another war to happen, would you?
What do you mean by that?
You happen to have a very dangerous party member who is going to be traveling south of here. I happen to have a group of interests that want to see certain things transpire.
What's their problem? And why do you want me to stop them?
Well, I figure with how you don't like dragons and such and not wanting another war to break out, you wouldn't want the Phoenix to come back.
What's a phoenix? Never heard of it.
Let's keep it that way. all you need to know is there's a pretty good-sized temple underneath the capital creek. Me and my constituents don't want it activated. As a matter of fact, we'll leave you a little bit of a gift to visit it with.
Am I gonna be the bad guy?
Still
we
like
the
to know
bad
your name.
My name's not important.
Had a feeling. Oh well.
All you need to know is I'm part of a group known as the Aluminium.
As he just embeds the axe into the floor. Tunk. He just sits down.
That's gonna be damages.
I still want to know what the Phoenix is. I don't know. I want to know what it is.
Just know it's pure chaos.
Is it an elemental or what? What does it reach?
It's not a elemental. It's one of the elementals.
Oh. Why do I know about it?
My organization, along with the ones who were able to put an end to her tyranny, made sure to wipe it from the records. Just know that we have eyes everywhere
I had
and
a,
ears everywhere.
had a feeling since you were in my room already.
Oh yes, but I'm not here as a threat, nor am I here as anything malicious. Just a friendly warning
Alright.
to someone who wouldn't want to see hundreds to thousands of innocents burn.
And what is the gift?
It's in your satchel.
Oh,
And you'll notice it as it's probably not something you normally carry around.
okay.
But there'll be instructions with it. Feel free to burn the scroll if you want so no one else can find it and use it against you. But keep it around as long as you want. All I ask, and all my organization asks, is that when you find the temple, if you find the temple, to make sure it's no longer there anymore.
It's already destroyed and underneath the ground. How is it not destroyed?
That's what we asked about certain temples in other parts of the world.
That is weird. I will let it stew for a bit.
Well, don't let it stew for too long. You might be able to face hot flames. But not everyone can.
Trust me, I know. That's the he lets all of his flames come out for a bit, or he just goes a little bit in front of them.
Ooh, spooky.
I know, huh?
Anyways, by the way, one of my colleagues, Barnaby, wanted to send a message, if you could, to let Rolt and Linus know that he says hello.
Alright.
Well then, in that case, we've come to an understanding. We'll be in touch.
We will.
And with that, you can see the figure go to stand up, and then as soon as he gets fully stood, it looks like he just disappears.
Guessing I couldn't see any like racial things or nothing on him.
Nope. All you saw was essentially the black silhouette of a humanoid sitting there.
Already party problems and I'm just joined. As he just lays back. Just on the floor.
You're not
He
gonna
just
check
set
this
it
girl?
on the ground.
You just went
He's
tonk.
clunk. So I'll check it in the morning. Axe that right there next to him, just clunk.
If you want a burger in the morning,
There's somebody in my room I don't know. Just clunk. Are you sure you want this problem? Won't tell me his name. Says that there's the elemental out there trying to come back.
God, I love Thorn so much.
The elemental.
Some-
The way Zane, the
So
way
this
you
is
just talk, I'm just like,
good.
yes, Thorn, keep going.
clunk.
So does Thorn just fall asleep in the chair there?
He's gonna relax there for a bit. If he goes to sleep, he goes to sleep. Actually, let's check it.
Let's go.
Well, now
Odds or evens?
above 10, below 10. 10, below 10, he falls asleep. Higher than 10, he doesn't.
Below 10.
He falls asleep.
Alright.
is that a one?
So sleep comes quick for everybody, especially for certain people. Certain
Oh yeah, no,
centaurs,
I polish off both of those bottles before I go to bed.
certain centaurs and half elves.
God damn it. Not again, Victorian.
Nope.
At least this time it's not in the gay bar.
Yeah.
Nope. It was just a wine drunk. It's fine.
Oh, wine drunks are the worst drunks.
Yeah.
But sleep comes quick for everybody. Like I said, quicker for some, more than others. But next morning comes pretty quick. You each kind of get a courtesy call around about 8 in the morning to wake you up. As the desk says, "Good morning. If you would like, we can give you another call back at a different time, but this is our courtesy call to wake you up. Feel free to request for silence, or if need be, leave a note with us at the desk, and we will not give you another call if you do not wish to be woken up. Thank you." And they hang up as you hang up.
This is just a
Silence.
courtesy call. This is just a matter of
What?
policy.
As he wakes up, he puts it on there. He goes and looks at the board.
Real quick, roll me dice.
Oh, wait.
Even male, odds female.
What are you?
Evens!
Alright, so male.
Yes!
He lives.
I live.
You live anyways.
The weenie is back.
You quickly die to change gender. Got it.
Exactly.
I mean, if he doesn't have his penis, what's worth living?
Mr. Weenie!
There's a lot to live for if you don't have a baby.
All I pictured is the
It was
scene
a
where
joke,
SpongeBob's
it was a
like,
joke.
Listen, it's either this is bulging or this is, you know?
Sometimes there might be a miss up, and both will be.
all I pictured is the fucking SpongeBob
Let's
scene.
go!
So, but yeah, each of you wake up having probably one of the best night's sleeps of your life. Like these beds are
These are queen
immaculate.
size.
Like even though they have had multiple guests at this Adventurers Guild, it feels like it's a brand new mattress. almost
Feel
every
secure
day.
in this bed.
Yeah,
Did
John
we
is still
sleep?
asleep.
Did we sleep like $1,000,000?
more like 6.
Let's go.
John is still asleep, though Molly was awake before you were.
Okay.
And
Oh,
she's just kind of tidying up, getting everyone's luggage ready to continue on.
Oh, thank you, mommy.
Oh, no worries.
Brother's still asleep. Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Hey, yo!
Thorn gets up and checks the message.
Okay. So as you go into your satchel to look at, because he told you he left it with your gear
Yeah.
essentially, you notice what looks to be essentially a very dark looking glass case that you can't see through. Next to it is the scroll that has the information on it, and it actually looks pretty old. The scroll itself seems to be kind of a passed down item, as it looks like an old style of scroll make compared to like the modern day paper and everything that's kind of used. As you read it, it is actually in Draconic form.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Fancy.
Fancy.
It essentially reads that this is an item that, when placed and command word spoken, it will detonate. Upon detonation, it has a 20-foot sphere that causes anything near it of the similar organic make to be pulled into it as it implodes on itself, causing about a 10-foot.
That means paper, right?
Do it.
That it's like anything organic.
That the cube that is touching it. So if you place it on worked stone, it'll start to pull in any other worked stone around it. And then it implodes, basically destroying itself and whatever material it's up in.
So that's everything in the sphere, right?
Anything in the sphere and of related material within a certain range. Basically, they just tell you it'll take away the temple.
Oh. Okay.
And I'll tell you the command word later.
Okay.
Burn the scroll. Don't let anyone else know about it.
And it does, the scroll itself does seem pretty flammable. They end it with a note stating that once it's done, there will be a reward in it for you and anyone who helps you. But the first reward is making sure that the Phoenix doesn't come back to engulf the world in a flame.
Okay.
Let's go.
Me.
Already trouble. Alright. He just burns that little scroll in it.
Okay. As you do, it's instead of the ashes kind of flickering off and down, it actually just burns itself into a sphere and then dissipates completely.
And that wasn't so I'm taking this the black crazy thing is the thing that will destroy the temple or whatever it touches. Got you. Making sure.
It's very specific to what all it will destroy. So essentially, like if you were to put it on this tile floor here,
It will destroy all the time.
it would destroy all the tile floor within a certain radius of itself.
Hmm.
And back in the day when temples were made, a lot of it was made from the same stuff.
Yes, this house is made
Yes.
of house.
Yes, it's made of house.
Got you. So
This temple
Listen,
is made of
burns the
temple.
scroll.
There's a ginger man who screams within his home, for his home is made of his very own flesh, and he knows not how to react.
Thor's just like, okay, I guess I'll go tell Rolt and Lioness that the man said hi. The dude said hi.
Yeah, they're still in their rooms getting ready at this point.
He's gonna get
Roll
ready
with your
and-
routine. Linus is kind of getting everything ready in the morning, getting your coffee. There is coffee makers in the room, so kind of getting.
Let's go.
Who do you go to first? Or how do you choose to tell them?
We'll just wait till they're done. He's just gonna get ready and then head down and wait for him, I guess.
Okay. So in that case, as you are literally the person with the least amount of things in this party, from what you've described to me and told
He
me,
is a
so you will be the first one done, even with rolling initiative and shit. So if everyone else will roll me an initiative just to see who comes down when.
That's dire roll.
Not on initiative.
Okay, cool. Thank God.
Okay.
Initiative is the only one you don't get a dire.
I'm glad we're not having combat this time because I'm rolling like shit.
Yeah.
I'm rolling all.
You are
There's
an
potential for
asshole.
combat.
You never.
Yeah.
Depending on if you wanted to help the officers or stop the robbers.
Oh no, we made the right choice.
Oh yeah.
I could have.
I'm not saying you made one choice one way or the other. I'm
Yeah.
saying that was the one combat that I really had planned for tonight.
Yeah.
So you want to know the 2 good rolls that I got this evening?
Sure.
This, and if I had to pee. That
That's a good thing it's not combat.
Wow.
Exciting. Roll.
That's a 4 total.
A 4. Okay, so you're probably going to be one of the last ones.
Mm-hmm.
Silence.
6.
Wow. Alright, Evangeline.
30-20!
Alright, you'll be one of the first ones down. Victoria?
24.
Alright.
That wine didn't
Minus
mess with me, man.
18. So,
The one who got, like, wine drunk didn't have any issues getting up
No,
in
no,
the
no.
morning.
you got up after everybody else, but you're leaving behind some of your stuff on accident as you're just kind of still coming down the way. You have a bellhop who's going, sir, you're saying, sir, as he kind of walks back in defeated, and you can kind of hear him start moving your suitcases around, putting it on a bell cart.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
Victoria.
Victorian still looks dressed, though he looks dressed like it was yesterday. As you can see Thorn waiting in the common area.
Morning, Thorn.
What time is it?
You're not down
Too
just
early.
yet, Evangeline.
Okay.
Victorian got a higher roll.
Yep. Yeah.
You'll be coming down with your things properly packed.
Hello, Victoria. How are you doing today?
Fine. What time is it?
It's morning, I think.
It's like
This morning.
it's like 8:30.
It's morning.
I think.
God, I love Thorn so
Yes,
much.
it's
Shit.
One of the receptionists look over and goes, "It's 8:30, sir."
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Where's everybody else?
You're one of the first ones to wake up, other than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that never happened.
Congrats. It's the first too.
Yeah. Where's the coffee?
Do I know where it's at?
Yeah, the little welcome area has like a coffee maker and everything.
It's over there.
Or you can go to the bar and have a coffee made by them if you
Thorn
want.
has one, by the way, already with the same cup that we got from the,
Did you do it out of the coffee maker or did you go to the bar?
the coffee. The bar.
The bar? You have a really nice looking glass.
Oh shit! I want to
I'm
use
going to
that.
the bar to get a coffee.
Okay. As Victorian walks off, you have now come down, Evangeline,
Okay.
with your things
Like
packed
this, he's just-
and brought down.
No, I didn't even roll and I got a 17. It's like, where are you here?
Around as you're walking down too, you do pass a very what looks to be upset bellhop with what looks to be Victorian's things as they go to the bellhop elevator to go down.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't pay any attention to you. He's just doing his job.
He's like, I ain't
Got
paid
a
to work.
retail stare going
No.
on.
He is,
I
though.
hate my life.
Just
I
like
hate
you
my
are
life.
being beat
I
up.
hate my life.
I get paid to work here.
As he walks into the bellhop elevator, just
Oh my god.
Inner peace, inner peace.
Sorry.
But, you've come down to meet him as you see Victorian over at the bar ordering a coffee, and Thorn just kind of sitting there sipping on his.
I'm gonna mess
He
with
looks
cup too.
mildly kind of weirded out that he got visited by a man
Good
last
morning,
night.
Amy.
He's like, you need to
Morning,
stop
Thorn.
something that
You
you
look
don't
like
even
hell.
know exists.
Let's
Thanks, I feel like
go.
I've
May not
There
have
and
enough
back.
information on this.
Oh,
side.
you know about phoenixes as like the wild bird
Yeah.
phoenix, which is like a cousin to the birds of paradise, but you've never
I've been there
really
before.
known much about the elemental phoenix.
I know.
no, not really.
Just children's stories mostly.
Morning, Thorn.
Good morning. How are you?
Here.
Congrats. You made it another day.
You sound like you're gonna kill me.
Oh my god! No, I'm not.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Getting a little metagaming there.
Listen, I told that somebody in his party.
Wait, you don't know.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about her.
Oh,
No, like,
You
he-
metagaming there. Are
no,
you gonna kill me?
no, just like, congrats, you made it another day. It's like, why are you gonna kill me so I don't?
no.
That is fair.
That's a fair response.
Fair
To be
enough,
fair, he
fair
saved
enough.
you. He wouldn't kill you
Just
later.
know you're going towards like the line. there.
Alright.
It's like,
That's
no.
not what I was
He's
aiming
like,
at.
do
You
you
don't even know her. She's a phoenix, Claire Gray.
Nope. Silas
Nobody
and Thorn
knows.
do not know
Well,
that.
he's told somebody in his party, so right now he's just like, eh.
Which one is it?
He's not that he's trying to figure it out. He's just kind of still weirded out that a dude was like, "Yo, there's somebody in your party. They're gonna blow up the world."
Yeah. You at least know Thorn would at least be able to put two and two together. That from hearing what Rolt has talked about, that his deity isn't the phoenix,
Yeah,
as it would be Taurus, which he's
yeah,
cleared a lot about,
yeah.
especially recanting over the victories and everything through Drake.
You know
And
it.
then Linus hasn't really shown one way or the other, and with him being a part of the Golden Dragon Temple, it's highly unlikely for him to be a quote-unquote cleric or follower of the
Yeah.
Phoenix. Let alone the fact that he doesn't have any magic.
Yeah. It's not that like he's picking you out. It's just one of those things where like I don't fucking know. So right now I just don't.
Actually, give me a insight check real quick.
All right, bet. Woo!
+4.
Is it +4? I'd say it's 9. So
A 9?
14.
A 14?
13.
13.
13. Sorry.
13. I can't count.
13. So
Not bad.
you kind of get that eye squint moment as you're talking with Evangeline and notice the specific color of her cloak and the
Oh.
feathers it takes out. But you don't know if those are birds of paradise feathers or something else.
Got you. It's not that he's like going to like. He's not like a vengeful person. He's just.
Well, no, but it's one of those like, wait, is that
Is that a person?
like you're looking for clues from what you've made it sound
Yeah.
like? So like, that cloak looks, the feathers look very odd.
They look very birdy to me.
Yeah, very,
They're
very,
bird.
I've been
very,
told that there's.
very fiery looking.
They called it a phoenix. And I think that was a bird last time I checked.
Yes.
What you think?
But at this point, as I'm guessing, did you get the coffee from the coffee maker, or did you go to the bar and everything?
She went to the bar with me.
Yeah.
The bar? Okay. So yeah, at this point, when you go up there, Victorian's coming back, slightly stumbling, while having what looks to be a not necessarily like a sippy cup, but the bartender can tell that he doesn't want a lawsuit on his hands, so there's actually like a cover over the cup.
It's
So-
like a coffee cup.
It's a sippy
the-
cup.
Like Starbucks cups.
In a way, yeah, but it's also meant to where it won't even like unnecessarily splash out the top, like you could with a coffee if you actually go like this.
Victorian has a sippy cup.
Okay, we're just gonna think about it as a sippy cup. That's the only thing I can think of now.
Yep.
It's a drunky cup.
Drunky cup.
I want
Yes. I want one too.
You know what Sundays are like?
And then Linus, at this point, you're
Mondays, man.
Sundays is my sweet board.
Don't remind me.
Silas, you and Roll will be coming down at the same time after we're done on Linus's part.
Yeah, I'm just going over where I see everybody congregate in the morning.
Good morning, Linus.
Good morning.
How's the coffee?
It's pretty good at the bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just go over?
I mean, that's the only thing keeping Victorine up. Right now.
I go to the barkeeper and it's like, do y'all have any of that like fancy, like really super strong coffee?
You're looking for a Met coffee.
Mm-hmm.
He nods his head. You see him grab some of the coffee as well as a bit of brain killed me. Anyways, we'll just say whiskey for now. A bit of whiskey, throws it on there. You can see him grab a cup with some heavy cream and starts whips it up real quick and pours it over the top. He goes, there you go. That'll be 2 coffee.
Thank you. How'd y'all sleep?
He made you a Medish coffee.
Nice.
It was alright.
How much was it? 2 silver?
2 copper.
2 copper.
He gave you low shelf whiskey for
Yeah.
a Medish coffee. Is
Well whiskey.
meant to be waking up,
Yeah.
not a subtle taste.
Right.
It's like that.
Okay. Well.
Since the coffee just set y'all back a copper.
Okay.
All right. We waiting on getting breakfast, or are we going and getting food now? Because it's already 8:45, and I want to get on the road by like 9:30.
Fair enough.
Not everybody's here yet, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like I wanted to kind of want to get going as soon as possible. But
Oh.
At this point, you can hear some heavy hoof steps.
Mhm.
As you can see, Silas rope Molly, and then slowly behind them, you just hear, "Can someone turn off the sun?"
Oh, he goes.
I think I go back to the bar. I put another 2 copper down, just like he's gonna need some coffee.
You sure that he needs a Medish coffee?
And like maybe just like a semi-strong, like between regular and met.
Okay, I'll put a quarter shot in then.
There you go.
All right.
Oh! John, oh!
Yeah,
does
it's
it
gonna be
hurt?
far, but
Might have
So,
to
yeah.
give some burnt toast as well.
He drinks it and goes, "Oh."
but that should help. All right.
The sun still hurts.
Yeah.
It will for a while.
Drink enough water, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Hydrate's important.
All right.
But let's grab some food if we can. Let's get it to go.
Let's get on the road.
Yeah.
Roll.
All right. So, and you already did your roll, that's right. Okay. So, before you'll get on the road, we'll go ahead and just call it here for the night.
Okay.
Thank you all for staying and watching. Thank you for whoever is watching this on VOD later on. We'd like to give one more big shout out to our associated partners over at the Adventurers Guild. I was about to say our adventurer partners over at the Associated Guild.
Let's go.
I mean, that sounds cool.
Right. But,
That sounds bad.
Make sure to give them a call. See if you are in the Amarillo, Texas area. Make sure to stop by, say hi, let them know that Dyrol sent you. If you're afraid of people in person, they always be willing to work over mail. But until next time, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.